Welcome to another episode of Couch Coach, your favorite podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Without a couch, you're just a coach. Without a coach, it's just a couch. With both, you're one of us. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you got some shit to say, leave a comment. And now while you're at it, hit that notification button and make sure you stay ready for when we hit the airwaves on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. For more, make sure to follow us on whatever platform you consume your content, whether on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, or X, formerly known as Twitter. Search Couch Coach Pod in your search bar and look for the green coach sitting on a green couch. You can't miss it. Now, if that was too much for you to remember, make sure to hit up that description for all the links to all our socials and our Couch Coach headquarters. Now, when you get to our Couch Coach headquarters, you'll quickly realize that we like to keep the fridge full and Hulu on deck when we have company. To help make sure you don't get lost on your way to the fridge, make sure you get to our Couch Coach headquarters. And when you do, scroll to the bottom. And once you get there, whatever you need, we got you. Need a month of free Hulu? We got you. Need a 6-pack of naked wine after a bad day? Or a good day? We got you. Need to have all your meals ready to go with Factor because you know damn well you don't have any time to cook during the week. We got you. Now we got to make sure we don't get sued by the FTC, so just so you know, we can get paid for any deals you use. And listen, I know we all love wine, but if you're not 21, you got to disregard everything I just said about the wine. And if you are 21, please drink responsibly. And now for your first Couch Coach, we have the one and only Mr. 500, Mr. Bountiful Harvest, Mr. They Ate My Wife. He's a man of many names, but you can call him Johnny.
What's going on, folks? I just got to call attention real quick to me being the president of the Zach Ertz Hate Fan Club, and also got to call attention to the insane catch that Travis Hunter just made. But more on that later.
Oh, he made a catch? I didn't start him either.
Insane catch. Leaping into the air over two defenders.
Hold up. How many yards?
Probably like 30, 40.
Ah, man, that's 5 points down the drain for me. But for your second Couch Coach, guys, we have Mr. Run It Back, Mr. Bucky Charms. You guys can call him Caleb. Here on Couch Coach, we call him Mr. Baseball. How you feeling, Caleb? How you feeling tonight? You see the jersey? I know it was a tough Sunday for you.
Tough week for me with the guards going down and the Eagles finally losing, but we'll bounce back. It's been smooth sailing for me, so bound to hit some road bumps here after a year of championships. So,
listen, they said it's been 18 games, right, since they lost.
It's been a while. I don't even remember the last time they lost.
Something like that.
Listen, if my team is 18-1 in the last 19 games, I'll certainly be all right. So I'll tell you what. No worries there. And for your last Couch Coach, we have yours truly. Founder of Omnipresence Productions, co-founder of the Couch Coach Pod. Some call me Akira, some call me Commissioner, but you can call me Kuji. And now, guys, let's get right into it with this week's Sunday headlines. The segment where we react to games for the people, by the people. Now, if there are any upcoming games that you guys want us to make sure we talk about, let us know in the comments. But guys, starting with this past Sunday's first headline. Bills beat themselves. Sloppy play. Turnovers hands Patriots a shocking Sunday night upset. Now we start on Sunday night where the last undefeated team in the AFC went down in flames. The Buffalo Bills at home looked poised to roll to 5-0. Instead, 3 turnovers, a flurry of penalties, and a stunningly clutch performance from Drake Maye handed the Patriots a 23-20 shocker. This wasn't just a loss for Buffalo, guys. It was a meltdown. Now, first question. Stefon Diggs, guys, had 10 catches for 146 yards. Some would call that a statement. Now, in his return to Buffalo, how much of this was a revenge game narrative fueling his performance, and how much of it is a sign that Maye to Diggs connection is a legitimate, one of the best connections in the AFC?
I mean, the man was coming off an ACL that he got mid-season last year and took less than a year off to rehab it. So there was bound to be some, a ramp up in production. He had to get back into it. They say when you tear something like that there is a mental hurdle you have to get over so that you feel comfortable doing the same athletic things that you used to do. But once you get there, then all bets are off. Diggs is still relatively young, and I think more than anything, he's a vindictive, angry man. And I hope that that's not mischaracterizing Stefon Diggs, but I'd like to think that's the kind of guy he is. And he's got a legit starting QB throwing him the ball now.
One. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get more into Drake Maye, but
no, we can go into it as much as you want, brother.
All I want to say is that dude is way ahead of schedule. He was supposed to be a big time project. He was supposed to be a real, you know what? For lack of a better term, kind of a Mr. Steinfeld type deal, where he had to get a couple years under his belt before he was going to be able to put his athletic gifts into action. But we saw the flashes last year. You see it immediately when they've got it. And we knew he had it last year, and this year it seems like it's refined, put together. He doesn't make bad decisions. He runs when he needs to. And that last drive, the pass he made while getting tackled was, dare I say, Mahomesian. When he hit the Stefon Diggs in the middle of getting sacked. Ooh. That's Mahomesian. I haven't seen anyone else do that before. And he's just good. He makes good decisions. He's a prototypical build quarterback, but he's super fast. He is legit, and it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. So I'm looking forward to it. And shout out, Christian Gonzalez had a really good game, especially some of the times where he would just leap in front of receivers and swat the ball down a handful of times. It's nice to see him back and healthy, really producing again, because it's, we missed him all last year. He's missed a couple games this year, so it's really cool to see him back. And it's fun to enjoy the Patriots, because for a while I hated them because, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they became unwatchable for a while, and now it's exciting. It's like, all right, cool. They've come all the way back around, and it's fun to watch them. So I'm excited, and obviously, if you slay the demon in Buffalo, I'm gonna have a warm spot in my heart for you. So, all in all,
the Patriots are the underdog, bro.
And Xavier Worthy is injured.
What?
Xavier? No, he's okay. He got up.
And we got a tie ball game. We got a tie ball game too.
Yeah, we're okay. He
almost didn't play. But now, to your point, Johnny, the Patriots as an underdog is way more fun to watch than the Patriots was what they were with Tom Brady. Obviously, we got into the routine of seeing him be good for so long, but after seeing him be trash for a little bit, you've been a big believer on Drake Maye for a minute too, over a year. Mm-hmm. We've been talking about this for a year now, and you've been. Yeah,
I think I'd like to think I'm the couch coach Drake Maye guy.
You are. You're the resident.
I'm the Drake Maye guy for the, and I'll also add in that shout out to Kevin Wildes of First Things First, who called it for a full week derailed segments to say that that Drake Maye and the Patriots were on the doorstep of destiny. I had him in my heart during that entire game, so I'm very happy for him and happy for Drake Maye and Stefon Diggs and Christian Gonzalez and Mike Vrabel. What a showing! And they're legit. They're officially legit now.
No.
Even though they fumbled 5 times against the Steelers and lost, but that's just playing the Steelers.
I was late to the Drake Maye wagon, but I was certainly in our prediction segment. Y'all guys can go check that out. But beginning of the year, I was a little bit high on the Patriots this year. Some would say too high. But Caleb, what do you think about the revenge narrative with Stefon Diggs? Of course, 10 catches, 146 yards. But then also the Maye to Diggs connection. What are your thoughts on that in the game?
Yeah, I mean, Diggs looked locked in last night. I don't think it's coincidence that he had one of his best performances he's had since he left Buffalo. I mean, we'll see. I don't know if I'm as high on Drake Maye as Mr. Johnny, but I think he's definitely, the guy for them moving forward. I mean, definitely right now. And I mean, you look at the rest of the schedule for the Patriots here coming up. I mean, really, the rest of the season, they have a good chance to win some games. So I think this is actually like a really good season to see if Maye's the guy for them. Because right now, like, you look at the schedule, like, there's only like 3 or 4 games where you feel like they shouldn't win. There's a lot of winnable games. So I think that's going to be the true test for Maye down the stretch if he can keep them competitive and keep them in the playoff hunt all year.
No, 100%. I mean, at this rate, you never know. They could win the division. They keep it going. They got that game head to head. They get that sweep.
Yeah, they already won the tougher game. They get the Bills at home later this season, but they won on the road. So
yeah, and it's very funny that the Bills' last game against the Patriots at Highmark Stadium, they lose to the Patriots. That's
very fitting. It's very fitting because they didn't win very many games at that stadium against them to begin with in the beginning. So.
Yeah. And Worthy's fine, by the way, for anyone. He's back on the field, just caught another pass. So
and Chiefs about to score. Chiefs about to score. But listen, guys, let me look at the good book real quick here. Let me see what I'm thinking. So, revenge game, guys. Listen, if I got to give a 1 out of 10 for both of these, revenge game, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 factor. Obviously, this game meant a lot to Diggs. The whole history, right? The drama that ensued when he was there, not getting the ball as much as he wanted, feeling like he could be a bigger part of the team. That'll allude to some drama we're going to get to in Philly soon, but we'll hold off in Buffalo real quick. But a lot of drama when he left. But I do feel like there's been a little bit of time that's passed. His first game at Orchard Park since the trade, or Highmark Stadium, whatever they want to call it now. But still, that's there. You're going to feel that as a player when you feel like a team undervalued you. You feel like you were a bigger part of that team than anyone gives you credit for. Of course, you're going to be feeling that. But I got to give it a 9 out of 10 on the Maye to Diggs connection. Johnny, I'm on that bandwagon. If you're the train conductor, I'm in the passenger seat right now. Drake Maye.
I don't want to say I'm the conductor, but because there's probably some Patriots fans that are the conductor, but fans? I hopped on early. First stop, I hopped on. The second, not first stop, but the first start. The first time he stepped up on that field, I was like, oh, he's got it. Because I'm a guy that I evaluate quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, based off one thing and one thing alone, really, which is, do you have it? Did I see it? And I saw it with Drake Maye immediately, where like he could just do things that I was like, really when it was there was a game that they ended up losing, but he led this insane drive and got like pushed so far back out of the pocket and then threw it perfect dot into the end zone to, I think it was Ramondre Stevenson who ended up catching it. And it was like, oh, okay, that's how cool you are under the biggest pressure. That you got something I can enjoy, I can work with. Whereas there's other dudes who you just never saw it with them. And that's how I feel about Bryce Young, where it's like, I've just never seen it, man. And even when you win, you make such stupid mistakes that could have lost you the game that, so. But I'll move on. I am also I am also this podcast resident Bryce Young hater. So
Yeah, you don't like Bryce Young at all. I mean, you've been shitting on him for a minute now. But no, it's that connection's real, and that connection's one of the reasons that I was so high on them in the prediction, because Stefon Diggs, in my opinion, is still that receiver, that same dude that he was when he was in Buffalo. I just think that obviously injuries have kind of made him take a step back right now. But as long as he's healthy, as long as Cardi B is not causing too much drama, not too much drama. She asked if she was the drama, hopefully not too much this season. But as long as that's all good, Stefon Diggs is good to go. But Drake Maye, I mean, 14 of 15, 188 yards, second half. I mean, near flawless to finish. Like you mentioned, that crazy play. I mean, you said, I forget who you compared it to, but I mean, I looked at it and saw Ben Roethlisberger, in my opinion, man. I was looking at it like, man, that's something where, you know what I'm saying, you dodge the sack, you get that off. Most quarterbacks in this league, they would have gotten sacked right there.
Well, he was mid-sack.
Like, literally.
That's the crazy part.
And the fact that he still got it where it had to go.
Mahomes just threw a terrible goal line pick six.
Whoa. Duval.
Wow, Devin Lloyd just took it all the way back. Wow.
March down the field, too. They're going to march right back down the field.
That's crazy.
Oh, and you said it, but you said it was speaking of Mahomes, you said it was Mahomesy. But not like that last play. But yeah, that last second throw off, get it to Diggs, first down, crazy. And you knew what it was from the beginning. I mean, they targeted Diggs in the very first play of the game. And as a coach, as Mike Vrabel, as a coach, like, I'm trying to get Diggs active, and that's exactly what he did. I think that connection, we're gonna see its best days ahead. We see its best days ahead. But guys, listen. Josh Allen called his offense piss poor after the game. Now, is he right? Or is this one loss? Is it a one-off blip caused by sloppiness? Did the Patriots expose a real flaw in the Bills team last night?
It's a one-off.
Really? You think it's one-off? Nothing deeper?
Yeah. I think the Bills will probably win 13 of 14 games and they'll be fine. Probably they could very easily win the AFC. I'm not concerned about any. If there's one thing I'm not going to be concerned about, it is Haley's husband playing in the regular season. Okay. Talk to me in the playoffs. And not even just the playoffs. Talk to me when he sees Mahomes in the playoffs. Then I will decide then I'll tell you how I feel. But
okay,
his quality of play over the long term in the regular season has always been good. He always plays winning football in the regular season. And everyone, especially in a division loss, it's like whatever. Everyone has stupid division losses. Like, I think today we're looking and going, yeah, the Chiefs are probably better than the Chargers, but they lost to them week 1. You know what I mean? Like, the Chargers look like a pretty vulnerable team, and it looks like they kind of just got lucky and looked better than they actually are. And, but I would say probably it looks like the Chiefs are the better team. So, all that to say, and I'm saying that after Mahomes just threw a pick six. All that to say that, like, division losses I don't think are defining as much as the games like Philly versus KC is a more important game than to define how good teams are than a division game. Because division games are weird and they're so familiar and they get sloppy and they get ugly, and that's just how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would agree. I think it's a one-off. I mean, the one thing I think that was concerning about this Bills team was more the defense, not some of the against like the Jets and some of those other easier matchups. The defense was fine, and it was uncharacteristic things. They had 3 turnovers, red zone interception by Allen. That's not something you can count on. Fumbles,
handoff.
It's just Yeah, it's just something that they're going to correct themselves. And I mean, one of those turnovers isn't a turnover. Maybe it's a different game. I mean, you never really know. And there was a lot of penalties in this game too. The refs were really eager to throw the flag throughout the game. So I don't think it's really anything to really be too concerned about, especially as Johnny mentioned, in division games, and especially in division opponents that aren't like terrible. Like I think any in division game is a coin flip half the time. Like I feel like it's like NFC East. I felt like that for years. Like even Thursday for the Eagles, I'm not like yeah, we're gonna blow the Giants out. Like I'm like you never know. Like
Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart could be on his show.
That game's got like 24-21 written all over it.
Yeah, I think it'll be
Thursday night NFC East game. Those used to be nightmare fuel for me when the NFC East was garbage. But all I have to say, I think it's just a blip. I wouldn't be worried.
Man, I'm gonna be the odd man out, guys, and be the odd man out. I think that they exposed a real flaw. Actually, now to your point, guys, you're right. Divisional game, anything can happen. Right, the Raiders right now are bum-ass terrible, but they could probably beat the Chargers, Broncos, or Chiefs in one game this season. I don't doubt it. But I've been saying this for about a year now. I think the Bills, to take that next step, they got to get rid of McDermott. I think that's the flaw that was exposed, is the coaching flaw. The coaching flaw. Because the Patriots clearly had a better coach last night.
Yeah, McDermott is like,
I don't
think anyone's ever thought of him as like he adds Al-Qaeda based pep talks.
Oh, damn, that's crazy. Well, no, he's not adding anything. Oh yeah, he's adding that, I guess, but like outside like what's gonna win games, like he's not adding nothing. Like most coaches, if you look at the top teams in the league, you look at their coaches, you go, okay, this is what they add to the team, and that team couldn't do that without them. I don't see that with Sean McDermott. Their offense would be the same without him. Their defense, he calls defense. I couldn't tell. Defense is his specialty. I couldn't tell. Like, he is what's holding them back. Like, if that team had a Kyle Shanahan, a Sean McVay, they'd be in the Super Bowl already, twice at least.
Yeah, I think you've heard my thought before, is that I think a good way to conceptualize, as dumb as this is, as dumb as this will sound, this is how I conceptualize a lot of them, because I think this rule applies 90% of the time. Take a head coach, or any coach in the league. If they're an offensive coach, you have to ask, do they look better in a war general uniform or a lab coat? What looks more realistic? And that will tell you, are they a head coach or an offensive coordinator? And then with defense, you go, do they look better in a war general uniform or a hard hat? And that's what tells you if they're a head coach or a defensive coordinator.
Man.
And you go through like Tomlin. Tomlin's a defensive guy. Does he look better in a war general uniform or a hard hat? He looks way better in a war general uniform.
Right.
But then you go Cliff Kingsbury or Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel, what does he look better in? A general's uniform or a lab coat?
He looks like a scientist, bro.
That's what I'm telling you, bro. He's an offensive coordinator. So you go through them and you're like, it applies most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't. I'd say the main exception would be Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan definitely looks more like a lab coat guy than a war general, but he is, obviously a head coach. A really good head coach. But Sean McDermott looks better to me in a hard hat.
Hard hat. Yeah, he's a hard hat coach. Damn.
He's a hard hat guy. He doesn't.
Now, the only thing he's done in his career is the Panthers, their defense that couple years he was there. That's about it.
That's what I'm saying. And
I mean, he obviously rebuilt the Bills, but like, there's a coach that can help you build to that point where you're good again, and then the coach that takes you to the next step.
Yeah. And you flip over to Brandon Staley, and he doesn't look good in any of them. Get him out of here.
Brandon Staley.
Brandon Staley doesn't look good in anything. Get him out of the league. No place in it. Matt Nagy doesn't look good in anything. Get him out of here.
But guys, last point on this game, last question on this game, and I'm gonna require for this. 1 out of 10 rating for each, guys. 1 out of 10 rating. But the Bills and the Eagles were the last 2 undefeated teams, and both lost on Sunday. Now, which loss, again, scale 1 to 10, is more concerning for the team's long-term Super Bowl hopes? The Buffalo Bills turnover-filled meltdown at home, or the Eagles' fourth quarter collapse? Again, 1 out of 10. Brief explanation on why.
Yeah, well, in terms of overall worried for either of those losses, 1 out of 10, it's like a 1. But if we're talking specifically trying to microscope it, I don't know.
I would say Bills is like a 3.
Yeah.
Philly is like a 5 concern, in the sense that Philly's problem should not be their offense.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Philly's problem is their offense. And it makes no sense. Like,
I mean, we'll
do
get
they have
into
the
it.
best running back in the league? Do they have like a top 3 receiving core in the league? Yes. Do they have the best offensive line in the league? Yes. Do they have a top 5 quarterback? Probably. Why is their offense the problem? Like,
their
that's
line's a
what's
little
crazy.
banged up right now. And
But even like that's not enough. You know what I mean? The Cowboys are missing 2 starting linemen, and Dak Prescott is piecing up the entire league.
They're missing
Why is
4.
Philly's offense
They
the
missed
problem?
4. They're missing 4.
Yeah, well, that's how
You know-
bad the Jets are. So
Yeah, but they pieced up the,
Yeah, the
the
Jets.
Packers, which were the best defense in the league up to them running into the Cowboys.
Shout
So I'm just
shout
like,
out to Justin Fields for the garbage time fantasy points.
now mind you,
there's some issues.
I think
There's a lot of issues, I think, with the Eagles, and so I think that fourth quarter takes hold. I think they were being exposed throughout the year. I think they've just gotten. They're so talented that they've been able to make up for a lot of these shortcomings throughout, and that's why they're still going to be a 13-ish win team, because they have just so much talent and they have enough coaching to get through.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm definitely more concerned about the Eagles than the Bills. But then
optimist could
again,
say-
I feel better about the Eagles in the postseason than I do about the Bills.
Yeah, an optimist could say that the Eagles' offense looks awful, and yet they're still 4-1. So if they get their act together, how good will that team actually be? And then a pessimist could say something is seriously wrong with this offense, and they've gotten out by the skin of their teeth, being bailed out by their defense and special teams, where in the Chiefs game, they won because of that pick on the goal line, and in the Rams game, they won off that blocked field goal.
So you guys aren't worried at all. All right. I don't know.
Because talent overcomes. Every season, we get one team that we thought would be great that's terrible.
Yeah.
Every season, we get one, and we already know who it is.
I'm not going to worry about 2 4-1 teams that just lost their first game in week 5.
See, I gave it a
solid teams. It'd be one thing if this was losing to the Browns, or I don't even know. Even the Browns have some things going for them. If you're doing this against the Panthers or these teams that are extremely flawed on all ends, sure. Denver is a team that everyone was talking about with Super Bowl hopes, and then New England's an in-division foe that has a lot of solid things going for them. Has a good coach, has a good young quarterback. Like, it's week 5 and those are solid teams.
See, I was
Hunter's injured now. Travis Hunter's injured.
Damn.
Yep.
See, I was worried, honestly, on my side. I gave them an 8 and a 9, respectively. An 8 for the Bills and 9 for the Eagles. But,
that's crazy.
I guess I'm...
That's insane.
What? Like, their fear of, going... of winning 16 games, then yes, I would say that's an 8 and a 9
because
fear.
The Bills have to now worry about a couple different things. They got to worry about a division foe that's proven they can beat them on the road. They have to worry about a coach that's better than their coach. Heck, the Bills could be the 1 seed and still not make the Super Bowl. So I mean, if they make it in as the 5 through 7 seed, I don't know. Especially if they face the Chiefs. But
the Bills' only problem is the Chiefs, and if they can't get past the Chiefs, then none of it matters. That's the problem with the Bills. They can't beat the Chiefs.
I'm telling you,
nothing else matters.
The Patriots have a way better coach. I'm telling you, that makes a difference. It makes a difference. But with the Eagles,
they got a better coach, but quarterback is more important than coach.
The Eagles, for me, it's really about the drama, man. We'll get into it, of course, but we got the drama with AJ over the last 2 years. Drama with AJ, and I mean, we got. drama with Devontae now, talking a little bit, but here's my thing. I'm less worried about the Bills and the Eagles because I think, yes, they did. They did. Which is even crazier that there's drama. How do you have drama when you just won a Super Bowl? But regardless of this, though, here's my thing. I'm less worried about the Bills and the Eagles because the Bills haven't had a game in which they lost turnover battle in almost 2 years. That's basically why they lost. The Eagles, again, they've had drama for the last 2 years. Now, they won a Super Bowl. But, again, if you won a Super Bowl, everybody should be happy. Everybody should be happy. Why is there drama? But we'll get into that. Guys. Moving on to the next game. Mile High Miracle. Bo Nix, the Broncos, erased a 14-point deficit to stun the Eagles. Now, from one undefeated team to the other, the Philadelphia Eagles were cruising, up 17-3 at home against the Broncos. But then, the fourth quarter happened. The Eagles' offense vanished, their defense got worn down, and Bo Nix played a perfect final frame to lead Denver to a shocking 21-17 comeback win. How did the NFC favorites completely collapse? Now, guys, first question on this game. Who deserves more blame for the Eagles' loss? The offense for scoring 0 points in the fourth quarter and giving up 6 sacks, or the defense for allowing 18 unanswered points to close the game?
I think I've made my point very clear. My position on this very clear.
Yeah, you can be specific. It's the offensive line. It's supposed to be one of the best units in the NFL. And you maybe Hurts can take a little bit of blame or play calling if you know your line is struggling a little bit. But that shouldn't be an issue for this team, and it's been an issue. It was an issue this week. It was an issue at the beginning of that Rams game. I think that's the one flaw, or the one really Achilles heel right now, is that they're able to get to Hurts. So I think that's the issue. The defense played great. They held the team to 21 points. I mean, that's fine. That should win you a game. And they had 3 points through 3 quarters. So, and not to mention this defense also has, some flaws that I think can be exposed from time to time. So, yeah, definitely on the line there. And potentially play calling. I mean, Patua, everyone's going to be hawked in on Patua because, they have had such discrepancies in their offensive play calling. Obviously, handing the ball off to Saquon Barkley 6 times in one game is a giant issue. He's got to get the ball more, but I'm sure if they handed the ball off more to Saquon, the conversation would have been, how did A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith not get more targets or more catches? Of course, A.J. Brown's still a conversation because he's A.J. Brown. And he didn't even have a good game, and they did target him, and they did involve people more in the passing game. So, definitely offensive line, to be specific.
Yeah, I think A.J. Brown is the Carmelo Anthony of NFL wide receivers. I think he's told us that. That's what he is. But he said that himself. There's the famous Chauncey Billups quote where he says, Melo would be happier in a loss where he scored 30 points than a win where he scored 20. And that's A.J. Brown. He said it himself. The Super Bowl did not make him happy. That the only time he's happy in this game is when I think the word or the wording he uses is demoralizing and destroying the will of opposing defensive backs. That's what gives him joy in the game. That's what makes him happy. So it's like he's just going to be up. Like, winning is not enough for him. The winning is not important. He wants to produce. And I understand too, in the sense that it's like, as a receiver, you can win 4 Super Bowls and not make the Hall of Fame. Like, ask Julian Edelman. He won't make the Hall of Fame. But you can also, but if you got the numbers.
You stamp on that?
If he does, it will be very low, but I'm going to say yes. If you want me to stamp it, Julian Edelman is probably not a Hall of Famer. But he's got a bunch of Super Bowls. But it's because numbers make a receiver a Hall of Famer. So, like, to A.J. Brown, he's like, hey, man, like, I'm I'm in my 20s. Like, I need to, in my late 20s, like, I need to start producing now. My prime is who knows how long. So I understand that. Like, it's a little, I can feel, like, I understand why he would feel disrespected when he is trying to put together a Hall of Fame career. And he's like, you guys are really messing this up for me by not getting me involved more, whether that's his fault or Hurts' fault or the OC's fault or whoever. But I understand why he feels the way he feels.
No, I mean, receiver is the ultimate diva, right? I mean, this is a position where it's tough because even if you're winning, no receiver that's top of his prime, is ever going to be happy with what they're getting unless they're getting their 5 to 10 catches, potentially 100 yards, right? But I got to give a little bit of both. I mean, I think it's the O-line, of course, right? 6 sacks. Nick Bonito, fucking beast. Third in the running for Defensive Player of the Year last year, by the way. But Nick Bonito, 2.5 sacks. He's got 7 on the year. Also, by the way, on pace for the most in NFL history. If he continues this pace.
Is that true? Bonito third in votes?
Last year?
Last year he was? Is that true?
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I forget who was second, but it was Surtain,
Garrett,
obviously.
Oh, no, not Garrett. Hendrickson was second.
Yeah, and then Bonito was third.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wasn't third,
That's
he
crazy.
was definitely like third at one point, and then might have dropped to 4th or 5th. But I'm pretty sure he was third. Yeah, he was in the running though. He was top 5.
It was pretty much like
top 5
who's going to win at the best pass rusher or best corner, and Surtain deserves one.
Which is crazy because he was a player that when we picked him in the 2nd or 3rd round, I was kind of like, ooh. I mean, he's one of I thought he was going to be kind of like you bring him in on 3rd down, he rushed the passer type player, but he turned into a 3-down player, which is really nice for us. But I mean, even
Bonito?
then, yeah, Bonito.
Yeah,
Bonito.
he's good.
He's nice. He's nice. But outside Oklahoma, by the way. But outside of that, I mean, the offense was 211 on 3rd down all day. And then, I mean, time of possession 34-25 Broncos. So it's a little bit of both. The defense obviously had their mistakes. You got the penalty called on Zach Bond. But
and then an intentional grounding that was called
they
not called,
reviewed
called
it.
and then not called.
Listen,
They didn't review it. He
had a guy within 10 yards.
What happened was the ref who made the call incorrectly called the penalty on the field because the ref in the area then let him know after his system was down. Let him know after he made the call that he saw a receiver in the area. But if they ever did review it, it would have been intentional grounding like everybody in the world thought it was. So
listen, man,
it doesn't matter anyway. The Eagles had way too many penalties throughout the game that stalled a lot of their drives. That's what's been killing them, and they're still 4.
Yeah, it's one of those games where it's like you can't actually get mad at any weird calls the refs did because there were so many other things that could have
like
gone
the PI,
wrong.
like at the end of the game, sick. They would have been at the 5-yard line. I still don't think they're scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, it's like one play to score a touchdown. Are they going to score it? And and in the first place, did they even deserve to make it all the way down there with how they were playing the rest of the game?
Yeah. So
but listen,
it stinks, but
the refs giveth and taketh away. I've learned, man. I can't even complain because, like, listen, I know the refs are probably going to take 2 wins from us every year, and they're probably going to give us 2 wins every year. We had back in the day, we had a hoop in one of our gyms, and the rim, it was slanted. So, like, you would shoot shots on a normal hoop, they would usually go in, and they'd bounce in, right? But you would get the craziest bounces. And our coach, his name was Coach Clancy, he had a phrase, and it was, the rim giveth and taketh away. And that's how I feel about the refs. Like, you're right. There are some calls that were questionable, of course, right? You could say that cost the Eagles the game. But I think when you look at the course of a season, every team is going to probably have around the same amount of games that they've lost due to the refs that they've also won due to the refs. For example, we lost the Colts on now, textbook, yes, I guess he did leverage, but, like, he put his hands on top of the center. He jumped straight up, didn't actually jump over the center, and it didn't affect the kick by any means of the stretch, but 15-yard penalty, 45-yard kick, game winner, we lose. So it's like, it's 1-1. So I'm sure at some point in the way the Eagles are going to make up for that one game with a win that they're going to also get because of the refs. I just think that's a trend with every team. The refs are going to fuck up, and it's going to help teams. It's going to hurt teams. It's like it's unavoidable. Like unless we get AI refs. Like if we get AI refs, Gemini. If we get AI refs, maybe we might get it perfect. I don't know. Even then, there's still going to be some complaints. But for me, yeah, I mean, I'm feeling a lot better about the Broncos, to be honest, after this. This is one of those games we had the same scenario 2 times before against the Colts, against the Chargers. We had the ball. We're up. We need to get a first down to, waste more clock. First 2 times, we didn't do it. This time, we were able to. That field goal at the end was game-changing because if we didn't get that field goal at the end, they wouldn't have had to get a touchdown. They would have just kicked the field goal and they would have won, the Eagles being. So I give it a little bit of both. But it wasn't a bad game by the Eagles by any means. I mean, they had a chance to win the game at the end. Admittedly, did you guys see it, that last Hail Mary? And I didn't even notice this when I watched it live, but did you see that it was basically Devontae had a chance to catch it, and AJ fucking played defense. AJ,
it was a weird one.
There was 3 defenders around it, but none of them actually touched the ball. It was literally Devontae and AJ were the only 2 that were even touching the ball or each other.
Yeah.
So that was crazy.
I think it's tough because when you go up for those, you just
you
probably know that he's in front of you, but you don't. You just don't.
You're thinking in your head. You're like, I got it. Yeah, you're like, I gotta catch this shit. Nobody else is catching it.
The only touchdown I would have ever caught in a game, the only time I was ever targeted in the end zone in a game in high school.
Yep.
The running back cut under the route in front of me, and it came through the air, and it was going right for me, and the running back jumped up to catch it and tipped it in the air, and it went over my head.
Over your head? Oh, no.
It was going right to me, too. It would have been a perfect dot to my hands, and the running back jumped up and touched it.
It's tough, but in hindsight, man, you got to think. Imagine if you repositioned yourself and, you caught that tip. Oh, but
there was no world.
You gotta see it though. If it's
head.
Quick like that, you can't even see it. It's like
I think it would have been impossible to catch with how he tipped it. It was a high pass. That was why he jumped so high to try and grab it. But I was like, God, man. And I went back to the sideline, and the coach was like, that pass was going to you, Brownsville. I was like, yeah, I know it was. He goes, man. I was like, yep. So nothing I can do. Anyway.
Nah, that's how it be sometimes. Devontae's like, I'm catching this for the win, and the next thing you know, he's getting tackled. It works that way. In the football, I was thinking about it on some kicks I saw yesterday. The way the football is shaped, that shit bounces in unpredictable ways. Like to some degree, you can kind of get an idea. It's a weird shape, bro. It's oblong. Literally, no, think about it. On a kickoff, you would think a ball would bounce this way, but that shit could just completely just spiral out the other way. So. But we're going to move on, guys. Take a time. We're going to get to the next game here. But wrapping up on the Eagles-Broncos, the most important stat, I think, based off what we kind of saw happen throughout the day, was average time to throw. Now we're looking at Bo Nix, Jalen Hurts. Bo Nix with an average of 2.72 seconds time to throw. Jalen Hurts, 3.29. Not a lot of time. It doesn't seem like it's that much, but when it comes to, defenders like Nick Bonito, Jalen Carter, rearing down, it makes a difference. And now 6 sacks versus 2. That's the defining stat in my mind between the 2 quarterbacks, because Jalen Hurts honestly outplayed Bo Nix if we're talking yards, touchdowns. He outplayed him all day. But that 4th quarter made a difference. But guys, we had some last-second drama in Seattle. Baker Mayfield outduels Darnold as the BUCS win a 38-35 thriller. So if you like offense, Seattle was the place to be. The BUCS and Seahawks combined for over 800 yards and 73 points in an absolute thriller. Now, Baker Mayfield was historically good. Sam Darnold answered every punch, but in the end, it was a 14-year veteran on defense who made the play of the game to set up a walk-off field goal. Now, guys, Baker Mayfield just had a historically efficient game. historical game for that matter. Is he a legitimate MVP candidate right now? And have the BUCS found their long-term answer at quarterback? Which I didn't think this was a question, but I guess this is a question people are asking nowadays.
The second question is stupid.
Stupid
the
question.
First question.
I don't know why people are asking that.
Yeah.
Like
yes, he's obviously, but yeah, and the other question is almost a stupid question at this point. Yeah, he's an MVP candidate. He might be the first place MVP candidate.
Ooh.
Like
over Dak?
He might be. Like, you're talking, has Baker played poorly once? Has he led 4 game-winning drives in 5 games? Like, the guy, like, when they talk about Egbuka's, they talk about his, like,
Egbuka's going off, bro.
But there's, like, the analytics guys talk about that Egbuka doesn't have a good separation rate. His open, how separated he is from the D-back is not good compared to the rest of the league. All that to be said, doesn't that tell you that with how big he's producing, that means that Mayfield is putting the ball in the exact perfect spot every time? Like, with every catch, it is a perfect pass. Every single time. Baker does not throw bad passes. Whether it's deep or short or anything like that, he runs, he takes hits, he throws guys off of him. Like, I mean, my God, he doesn't throw bad passes. He's just so good.
Nah, he was the first quarterback in NFL history that threw for 375 or more yards and fewer than 5 incompletions.
Yeah, he's just good. He's so good. I give him a lot of credit.
The Browns fucked up. The Browns fumbled with that one.
Mm-hmm. It might be the worst chain of decisions in the history of American professional sports, genuinely. To get rid of Baker Mayfield and then trade for and sign Deshaun Watson to the only fully guaranteed contract in the history of the NFL. It might be the single worst chain of events that has ever befallen a American professional sports team.
And it's some Brown shit too.
It really is. So, I mean, it's bad. It's real bad for them, but
yeah, I would definitely say. I mean, Baker. So MVP odds. Josh Allen has a big lead, but Baker jumped all the way up to 4th in MVP odds. So he's definitely in the conversation. He's tied with Matt Stafford plus 1,200. So some good value there. If you're a big Baker believer. But I mean, they're a good team. Bucks are going to be a threat in the NFC. I think the NFC really, I don't know, feels wide open to me. I mean, we'll see. But I just don't. I'm not that confident in the Eagles. And there's 4-4-1 teams. I think any of those teams could get it done here in the NFC. But
yeah, I told you, I had the Bucks as the 1 seed out the NFC.
You did.
I told you guys, I'm a Baker believer.
Killing it.
They've been winning a lot of close games, but you know, I think they're doing it in a somewhat sustainable way.
Yo, Caleb,
and that was without Bucky too. So don't forget that.
Yeah,
and wasn't Mike Evans out too? And Mike Evans.
Oh, yeah, that's why they were feeding him Mecca. I would say they were feeding him Mecca all day. But Caleb, I wouldn't be too worried about the Eagles. They play the Giants twice in the next 3 weeks. So,
no, I'm not.
Dart.
I mean,
unless Dart really pulls off some magic, but yeah, they were pulling off fumbles last week. So, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I mean, the worst team the Eagles have played so far is probably definitely Dallas, but then by record it's Dallas or the Chiefs. So I think the Eagles are fine.
No, they're good. No, I think Baker's legitimate. Now, I think when it goes in the MVP candidacy, there's a lot of things that come into play. You could argue that if Matt Stafford didn't have if Cooper Kupp didn't have Matt Stafford, he wouldn't have won it, right? You think about if Adrian Peterson didn't have a torn ACL, he might not have won it. But if we're looking at Baker, I mean, Emeka right now is gold. Like, by far, Rookie of the Year, gotta be the favorite. Easily. I mean, Emeka is looking like a number 1 receiver right now with the statistics. Now, Mike Evans didn't play, but Godwin is back, and obviously he's easing in. But, man, you would think without Mike Evans, without Emeka, not without Emeka, but without Godwin or him coming back, before the season, if you just picture future without Emeka, you'd be like, oh, man, that team might struggle offensively.
No, that game was a 3-hour advertisement for drafting Ohio State receivers.
No, we literally, bro, Ohio State showcase. Emeka, 7 catches, 163 yards. You had Jack Smith-Njigba, 8 catches, 132 yards. I mean, it's insane. Ohio State, wide receiver U. They say it's LSU, but listen, I'm telling you right now.
One of the two. It just depends on what do you prefer, top-heavy or, like, spread out.
It changes week to week.
Nepo, baby. You gotta avoid the Nepo kids.
It changes week to week.
The LSU guys are like, they're the 2 best receivers in the league are both from LSU.
But then the top, but the depth though, Ohio State.
But then spread out, peppered through the league are really good OSU.
I mean, the worst receiver, if we're talking the top receivers out of Ohio State, the worst one right now, how they're playing, you would probably look at Chris Olave. And even he was like at one point playing really, really well. Like looking his first 1-2 years.
Olave's not playing bad either. He's playing fine.
He's just in a dumpster fire of a fucking team right now.
Yeah, and he's gotten like 8 concussions in the last 5 years.
Yeah, it doesn't help when Spencer Rattler's throwing hospital balls this year too. So
facts, bro. No, honestly, if a receiver gets hurt on a pass, 9 out of 10 times it's the quarterback's fault. Like that motherfucker. Tom Brady said it himself. Like, why are you throwing a slant to a dude when he's got a linebacker 2 feet from him across the middle? Like, bro, you shouldn't be throwing that route. Or throw that shit behind him so he can adjust. Like, nah, that ass. But, hey, Saints, though, they got that first win. I watched that, guys, as an aside, I watched that game with Marquise, bro. And I said last week on the, we'll get to it in a minute, but the predictions, I said there's no way Jackson Dart walks in to New Orleans and doesn't leave with a win. I said that on the show last week. And he did exactly that. But I watched Marquise, we were watching this live, and these motherfuckers had 3 straight fumbles in the fucking, in the territory.
One of them was so bad by Dart where he just dropped it.
Bro, he was
that
like
was
a basketball,
so
he was running like a basketball player, bro. And he fucking, like he was dribbling. And he dropped that shit, bro. And I swear to God, I've never seen a fan more mad at their team, bro, live while I'm watching that shit. Marquise was heartbroken. It was his birthday, too. Shout out Marquise. It was his birthday. And he watched the Giants just fucking blow. Literally, they were supposed to win that game. Like, they were about to win that game. And then Scatterbo fumbled. That shit got ran back for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints got their first win. We thought they were about to be 0-17.
Now it's the Jets. The Jets are the only chance of the first 0-17 team.
Oh my God. But no, that game was crazy though. I was watching that game and I was excited. I mean, we saw a shootout. Like, who would have thought Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield in a shootout 3 years ago? Oh my God.
Everyone would have thought it 6 years ago.
6 years ago, we would have thought it. 3 years ago, we wouldn't have thought it. Last year, we might have thought it.
Yeah.
Like, dead ass.
Here we are. I was mean to Darnold. Week 1, I thought he looked really shaky, and now it's like he's just proving me
I asked
wrong.
if we had more faith in Sam Darnold or fucking Aaron Rodgers. You said that was a terrible fucking question. Not only did you shit on Aaron Darnold, you shit on me. I was like, damn, bro.
No, I thought after that week 1, I thought that I was like, oh, Darnold's not like that was just O'Connell, and now it's like he's just proven me wrong. He's just looked good. He's just looked good.
But I mean, hey, you throw to Ohio State receiver, that'll do that for you, right? You know what I'm saying?
The JSN is
special.
What I'm saying? He's so good.
Special. He's crazy. He's making Cooper Kupp almost irrelevant. Like, that dude's not. I was gonna think he was gonna get solid number 2, like targets and receptions. He's not even getting number 2 numbers.
No,
Cooper's better relevant.
Nah, but I'm like, bro, you should at least be. I'm thinking Cooper Kupp, even at his current age and where he is, on like a number 2 corner or a linebacker, I would think he would do something. Like,
He's nothing without the wide receiver kingmaker.
bro, they're throwing the fucking. Yeah. They're throwing to who was it? Barner, the tight end. They're throwing to him more than Cup.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. If Puka leads the league in receiving yards, Stafford's a Hall of Famer.
Bro,
that's the other. I told you Stafford's a Hall of Famer if he makes the NFC Championship, and I'll also throw in if Puka leads the league in receiving yards at the end of the season.
Bro, they don't give a fuck, bro. They're like, we're gonna feed Puka any means necessary.
Puka's open every play.
I hope Stafford retires the next year or two, and they get a decent enough replacement, and then Puka's just horrible. Just to show how good Stafford is.
Well, Puka's just open every play, just truly wide open.
But look at that nigga, bro. Time. Look at Puka, bro. Just look at him. He shouldn't be doing that. Yo, that nigga, listen, that nigga literally, they had a fucking pick play with two receivers going out to the outside and Puka coming in. He caught that touchdown pass at like fucking a third of a yard off the line of scrimmage, bro, and just rolled into the end zone. And I knew from the second they snapped it and I saw what they were running that he was catching a touchdown. I was like, bro, yeah, Sean McVay is a genius, I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Sean McVay,
he just keeps him open every time.
If Sean McVay had a wins record to support it, he might be up there in the top 10 all time already. But like his wins record, I don't think supports it right now.
Yeah, I mean, all time it's hard, but he's just
you gotta have the wins. You gotta have the wins. But if we're talking from like a honestly, like if I have the choice between Sean McVay or any other coach all time, outside of Bill Belichick. I mean, some of the greater coaches from, we're talking maybe early 2000s, 90s, there's not maybe 2-3 coaches I'm picking before Sean McVay. But, like, his wins right now, he's got to get that Super Bowl. That's, like, the last thing that's, like... Oh, no, he got the bowl. He has
a Super Bowl, and he went to
he's got to get... But he's got to get...
He's been there.
He's got to get another one, though. Like, you can't even compete with Bill Belichick right now unless you got at least two.
No, Belichick, Reed, Bill Walsh... Like, it's like there are guys that have just won that have like a
but
hand
I also think
with multiple rings on it.
He's got to get one post Stafford that will cement it. If he gets a ring post Stafford with whoever they get after him, that would cement it.
Mm-hmm.
So that would cement 100%. But anyway, we got off task, guys. We got off task here. Moving on. Who would have thought this game would have been interesting to talk about? But hey, it's a Cowboys game, so you know we always got to talk about them.
Really?
Dak Prescott's MVP campaign rolls on as Cowboys dismantle the winless Jets. Now, some games are about drama. Others are about dominance. In New York, the Cowboys, missing 4 starting offensive linemen, put on a clinic. Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdowns. The run game gashed the Jets. And the Dallas Cowboys cruised to a 37-22 win that wasn't even that close, sending the Jets to 0-5 and into the history books for all the wrong reasons. Now, guys, the Jets are the first team since 1933. Were you guys alive back then?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I'm packing up a envelope full of anthrax to send to Zach Ertz's house. Kelsey just lost me the game. Just caught a pass, blew it for me.
Man,
there you go.
The Jets are the first team since 1933 to have 0 takeaways through 5 games. Now, is this just bad luck, or is it a sign of a fundamental flaw in coaching and defensive philosophy under Aaron Glenn? And to that question, Johnny, 1933, I don't think any of us were alive back then. But it's been a long time. I feel like I'm getting old myself. But yeah, no takeaways through 5 games. Bad luck or a flaw in the coaching with Aaron Glenn, guys. What do you think?
It's the Jets.
It's the Jets.
He's just cursed.
Yeah.
They have Sean McVay there. They just suck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's the Jets. I don't think there's really much more to say, man.
Almost 100 years, though.
Their career,
the Jets have been the Jets after 1933.
All-time leading passer just got stabbed in the streets of Indianapolis. You know what I mean? It's the Jets.
It's the Jets, yeah. From fumble to felony. We'll get to that later, guys. Now, I think That's tough because I was personally shitting on the Lions a lot when Aaron Glenn left, and obviously Ben Johnson left, and I was like, oh, they're not going to be the same this year. Lost their coaching staff. I was wrong. Obviously, they look good. But Aaron Glenn was a great coach, great defensive coordinator. Johnny, is he a hard hat or is he a general?
It remains to be seen. The
Too
thing
soon?
with Aaron
Too
Glenn.
soon?
Yeah, it remains to be seen. I need to get the vibe of him more, but the only good moment that Aaron Glenn has had all season is that dance he did on the sideline. So beyond that, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like, what else have we seen to make me have faith in Aaron Glenn? I would like for him to be good.
I would love for him,
it's
man.
the Jets, though, bro. They're just the most snake-bit franchise.
Honestly,
It's just terrible. No matter how good you think they're going to be, they're terrible.
I think that
sense.
from now on, any coach that is in the coaching candidacy cycle, if they get the Jets or the Saints, and that's their only job offer, they just wait till next year. Just wait till next year. Something better will come up. I promise. I think it's bad luck. I think Aaron Glenn's a great coach. I think in other situations, other circumstances, we'd be talking differently about him. The Jets, like you guys said, Jets is just bad luck, man. Even Aaron Rodgers, who looks kind of good in New York and in Pittsburgh right now, he didn't look too good in New York. Obviously, he had the injury. That might have affected it, but still, he didn't look too good. I don't think I can name outside of a Gardner, Sauce Gardner, who had like one good year, and then since then he's been okay. He's been above average, but I wouldn't give him that same All-Pro year that he had since then. I can't really think of a single Jets player that's really done that great. Like, it's bad luck. It's the Jets. What do you expect? But guys, Dak Prescott, man, he's becoming a headline lately, and I've been shitting on him. I've said this last time. I've been shitting on him. Other people have been giving Dak Prescott a lot more credit than I have recently. But he threw 4 TDs, guys. Again, with 4 backup offensive linemen. Is it time that we officially put Dak Prescott in the top tier of MVP candidates? And now we're talking alongside the Mahomes, the Josh Allens of the world. Is Dak Prescott in that category?
Vegas would say no. Right now he's tied with Daniel Jones for 12th in MVP odds.
What?
So,
12?
Well,
Oh my God.
Odds to win the MVP, like, maybe they have to get more wins, but that's just the way the NFL works. But like, I mean, he's just like at the top of the second tier of quarterbacks. Like, he's just like higher up in that second tier. We went over this last episode though, where I was saying that, like, I've just always been a Dak believer.
Who you have?
Like, I said this, yeah. Like, I've always just felt like I ranked Dak higher than most people do. I think he's just good. He's just like really competent and does a lot of things really well. And he's gotten better and better as it's gone on. And what it really takes for Dak to succeed is having a dependable run game. And Javonte Williams has provided that. So
Javonte looks like he did when he first got to Denver right now.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Sean Payton really is just a running back killer.
He is.
I mean,
I don't know. JK's looking good. I wouldn't say that.
No, JK
too
looks
much,
good. JK looks
as long as he stays healthy. I always got to say that because you never know. Knock on wood with JK. With JK, he's a walking injury. But what do you think? Caleb? And hold on. Before we get to you, Caleb, Johnny. So you said top of the second tier. So we're talking obviously first tier Mahomes. You got Allen. You got Lamar, right? We had Joe Burrow, I believe, at top of second tier, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Joe is, when healthy, he is like in the top 4.
So Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott. Who are you taking right now?
Right now, Dak Prescott, because Joe Burrow's injured.
Joe Burrow healthy. Joe Burrow healthy. Okay. So you swap Joe Burrow and the Cowboys. You think Cowboys are doing better?
Yes.
Okay. Caleb, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I would agree. Dak's definitely. I don't know. I haven't, listened to too much Johnny discourse on Dak Prescott, but I definitely felt similarly where a lot of people don't think he's very good. I've always thought, seeing him twice a year, that he's a pretty competent quarterback and he can win you some games in the NFL. But I think he MVP conversation going to have to wait a little bit. He's got some guys that, like, I definitely put, guys like Baker and Stafford ahead of him right now, and then obviously your obvious candidates like Allen and Mahomes still ahead of him. So he's got a ways to go, and then even guys like Hurts and Jared Goff are probably ahead of him just because those teams are probably going to win 13 to 14 games. So we'll see. I mean, that defense is anemic, so he's going to put up numbers. The problem is it might not translate into wins this year for the Cowboys. So
yeah, I mean, if Burrow wasn't going to win the MVP last year, then Dak won't win it this year.
Yeah. Because game script, Dak's just going to have to throw the ball 45 times a game.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I think? And Dak Prescott, he might not even be leading it in what I'm talking about, but I think they should open up Comeback Player of the Year. I think it's kind of stupid they only allow Comeback Player of the Year for people that were hurt or, this crazy ass shit that happened. But I think players, and Dak's not a comeback, but it reminded me of it thinking a few years back, but Comeback Player of the Year, why don't they just open that up to anybody? Like, if you played, like, Sixth Man of the Year in the NBA, like, if you, or not Sixth Man of the Year, Most Improved Player of the Year in the NBA, if you played doo-doo the year before and you play great this next year, I think you should be in the running for Comeback Player of the Year, because I think you should be able to come back from having a down season, too. What do you guys think on that?
Nah,
you think only injuries and only...
It's just like extenuating circumstances.
Bro, but you limit the field so much.
I'm okay with that.
Like, what if Bryce Young goes off the rest of the year and he has 5,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, and fucking...
Hey, man, come on. Let's live in reality, please.
Yeah, seriously.
You see what I'm saying?
And I think he should win Comeback Player of the Year. I think you should...
But he didn't get hurt, though.
No, I'm saying that he should win Most Improved
Is that an award?
No, but it could be.
Okay. Yeah, that would be it. Like, I think you make the argument Most Improved Player should exist in the NFL, like it does in the NBA.
Okay, so separate comeback. It's his own thing. Most Improved should exist.
I don't like that. I'm trying to remember what sport that. It might be baseball, where they continually just give it to guys who come back from sucking. I don't think that's a comeback. You were bad, and then you're good.
Yeah, you just had a bad year.
That's not a comeback.
Right, like for example, Quentin Johnson. Quentin Johnson, in my theory, could be Comeback Player of the Year if he continues.
No, because it's like he didn't come back from anything. That would be a most
back
improved.
From almost being on LinkedIn.
Right. I'm saying that would be a most improved. He didn't come back from anything.
Okay, so then they gotta.
He improved.
They gotta make a new award. Okay.
Yeah, like these are the 2025 pre-odds. It's all like you still have an unreal field. Dak, Aiden Hutchinson, Christian McCaffrey, Trevor Lawrence, J.J. McCarthy, Nick Chubb, Daniel Jones.
Oh, well, Dak did get hurt last year, didn't he? Dak did get hurt last year, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he could win it then. Ooh,
that's what I'm saying. He was the favorite. Him and Hutchinson are plus 275.
Oh, never mind. That's Hutch. That's Hutch's award to lose. I'm not gonna lie. His injury was way worse. But wrapping up on that, guys. Wrapping up on that. Dak Prescott. I mean, 237 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 131 passer rating. He had less sacks than Justin Fields did, with four replacement linemen. I don't know, guys. If they get that defense figured out, if Jadeveon Clowney can be South Carolina Jadeveon Clowney, they might have a chance.
All they really need is like an elite pass rusher, and then they could really put it together.
They really could. No, they could.
Yeah. If only they had an elite pass rusher. I don't know where they would find it. But
we might have been out on the Cowboys too soon, guys. Moving on to the next game.
Cap space too.
The next game, and we're not going to get too deep into this one because there's no Joe Burrow. So obviously we knew what was going to happen. But the Lions roar, the Bengals whimper. Detroit makes a statement in a 37-24 rout. Now in Cincinnati, we saw a tale of two franchises heading in the opposite direction. The Detroit Lions, powered by a nearly perfect Jared Goff, rolled to their fourth straight win. Meanwhile, the Joe Burrow-less Bengals were doomed by turnovers, falling to 2-3 in a 37-24 loss that has their season on the brink of collapse. Now the Lions, guys, are 4-1 with 4 straight wins. We know their offense is elite, but are they a complete enough team to beat the true powerhouses such as the Chiefs that they'll face next week? But if we're extending outward, obviously we got the Eagles, we got teams like the Rams. Are they complete enough to compete?
I have them in the Super Bowl, boss man. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so.
When they're healthy, I mean...
You still got them there? You still got them there. Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
Wow.
We didn't see him healthy last year in the playoffs. So, I think we want to see him healthy this year. And they got a good shot. The question wasn't, the talent on the field. The question was the coordinating positions that they lost. And I think they've looked, good enough the last 4 games to shore up any of those worries. So, like I said, the NFC is, I think, kind of open, or not, I wouldn't say wide open, but I think there's 4 or 5 teams that could really, realistically, win the NFC, and the Lions are definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm. And they're a perfect example of my division games don't mean that much as far as how good of a team you are, because
Talking about with the Packers?
Yeah, they looked weird against the Packers, and then suddenly it's like, oh no, never mind, they're still the best offense in the league.
No,
sorry, it just took one game for them to shake loose.
Well, it's crazy. They looked terrible against the Packers, right? And we were crowning that Packers defense as the next greatest thing since sliced bread. But then the Packers against the Cowboys, the Packers against Cowboys, they didn't look too great on defense. So, yeah. It's crazy, right? We had all these predictions. We can forecast all this stuff week 1, week 2, week 3. But like Johnny said last week, everything's rightfully returned as it should be in the NFC North.
It's a long season. 17 games isn't a lot of games, but it's a long season.
Listen, I think that they are complete enough. Their defense leaves something to be questioned. And I saw Terrion Arnold get hurt yesterday. I don't know if he came back or not. I didn't see that, but I saw he got hurt, and he's a big player in their defense. But, we're looking at it right now. Chiefs might lose to the Jaguars. I'm hoping the Jaguars finish it off right now. So, I think they can compete with the Chiefs. The Eagles, seeing what we saw against the Broncos, of course they can compete. I think the Lions, if we're talking straight up, and even as a Broncos fan, I'll be real, the Lions are a better team than the Broncos from top to bottom. I think there's aspects the Broncos are better than the Lions in, but top to bottom, Lions are a better team. So, no, they can compete. I'm not crowning them. I'm not crowning them the NFC North champions yet, because you guys know I had the Bears, and I'm still holding out hope. Caleb Williams. Listen, I'm telling you, I don't think he's the third, but
they can compete. I think they can compete. Meanwhile, they're just absolutely demoralizing other teams, pounding them into the dirt.
Caleb Williams is the 4th best quarterback in his class, but I think he can be a top 15, 20 quarterback in the league by the time it's all said and done at the end of the year. So, because I'm going number 1 in the class, Jaden Daniels, obviously. Number 2, right now, I got to give it to Bo Nix just because of the playoff. Number 3, Drake Maye. 4, Caleb Williams. But J.J. McCarthy's 5, and it's a deep 5. No, he's 6. Because Penix is 5. Penix is 5. Yes, yeah. And the 6 is way far from the 5 and the 4 and the 3 and the 2 and the 1. Yeah. So, but Caleb Williams, I think he's legit. So we'll see on the Bears still. We got time. But the Lions, they'll compete. They're going to make the playoffs. But do I think they're going to be the number 1 seed like Johnny thinks? I don't think so.
I did not say they're going to be the 1 seed.
You didn't say the 1 seed? Oh, so they're going to upset on their way to the Super Bowl then.
I said they're going to... Yeah, I think they'll be the 2 seed.
Who had the 1 seed?
You had the Bucs.
You had the Bucs. Yeah. Okay. So you had the Bucs, Lions.
And, wow, Trevor Lawrence.
What do you do?
I'm ahead of you. Interception, but there's DPI. So they're getting it back.
No. You're behind me.
Okay. All right. Good.
You're behind me. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I
So you're
got 31-28.
right?
I got 31-28. The Jaguars.
Man, is
Yeah,
my
just
illegal stream ahead of both of you? That's crazy.
What do you mean? It's 31-28 right now.
Oh yeah, 31-28. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
they just
You're on
scored.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought you were reacting to the pick.
No, I'm talking. He trips and falls without getting anyone touching him, stands back up, and then runs into to score.
Yo, that's like Peyton Manning against the Steelers when he fell in through that pass.
All right.
In the playoffs.
KC down 3, 23
It's over.
seconds with
It's
all
over.
timeouts. What are you talking about?
They're done. They
They're
lost.
down 20. Wait.
They
They have
lost.
23 seconds, down 3 with 3.
They
This
lost.
is going to
Timeouts.
overtime. This
They
is going
lost.
to overtime.
It's going to overtime.
All right, we'll see. Like, listen, you guys heard it here first. Chiefs lost. Anyway,
I
no,
gotta turn off this.
But listen,
But
Johnny.
if they do lose, though,
So
it
you
will
got
be
the-
because of Harrison Butker kicking it out of bounds on the kickoff and putting the
Oh,
Jags at
man.
the 40-yard line.
if only they lost fantasy points for that, because I would be
I
probably
know.
winning. Oh, but anyway, guys.
The best thing that could happen is that they pitch the ball to Travis Kelce and he fumbles behind the line of scrimmage. That would be awesome for me. Because right now I'm down less than a half a point to Travis Kelce, and I'm going to really need him to fumble bad.
That'd be a Monday Night Miracle for sure.
my
I don't
gosh.
know if we're seeing that, Johnny. I don't know if we're seeing that.
It's a tough one.
But yeah, so then you got the upset with the Lions and going to the Super Bowl. That's crazy. But I don't got them that far. I don't got them that far. But they're going to be good. They're going to be good. We'll leave it at that, guys. Listen, last on this game before we move on, Jake Browning threw 3 more interception. 3 more. The Bengals have now
And
lost
all
3 straight.
terrible interceptions.
And
Every
he's-
single one awful.
He is second now.
Unforgivable.
He is second now in the league in interceptions behind Geno Smith. But keep in mind, he did not start the season as a starter. The Bengals have now lost 3 straight. Is this season already over for Cincinnati? And do they need to look to a veteran quarterback alternative? Now, I know Johnny said Jameis Winston before this. If he wants to elaborate on that, he can. I know he said they got to get Jameis. But Caleb, what do you think as well?
I only say
Gotta do
Jameis
something.
because it's probably the cheapest veteran you can acquire right now. It's
Yeah.
probably a 6-rounder for Jameis.
But like I said this pre-show. The problem for them now is that they've wasted time. Like now, you bring a QB in now, and now you got to get this guy caught up into the playbook or develop the offense around him. If you do this right when this happens, you get somebody into the fold that you might want when Browning inevitably failed, like we all thought he would. You had this guy that was already in the fold, but now they've waited so long that it almost feels like too little too late. But then you look at the division standings, and it's not. So I don't know. I think they need to do something. They need to do something 2 or 3 weeks ago. So the more time they waste, the worse the problem is, and they just keep wasting time.
I'll tell you what, I couldn't have. Now they do. They got to make a trade soon, because if they don't make a trade before they get 2-3 games behind 500, season's gonna be over for sure. But my guys, my Steelers AFC North champion preseason pick is looking pretty good right now. I'll tell you what. Ravens with the injuries. You got the Browns, can't figure out who the fuck is gonna throw the ball from week to week, and then you got Jake Browning. Bruh.
How you feeling about them as 1 seed though?
Not as good. Not as good. But
Hey,
listen,
man,
lost
they
over
might be
that
tied
part.
for the one. They might be tied for the AFC lead.
but if Drake May can come through one more time for me, it's there. It's there for the taking. If they both win out,
They just-
Bills
yeah,
and the Steelers.
The Steelers get the Browns next week. That's the exact type of game we love to lose. We love losing that game.
You imagine
Just like
Johnny,
we are clearly the better team. The Browns are starting a rookie quarterback. They're ass. They are
Oh,
pure
boy.
booty cheeks, and then we lose. That is the Steeler way.
I'll guarantee you what, the most trending storyline in the NFL next week would be if by some chance Dylan Gabriel strained a hamstring this week and Shador Sanders started and he led the fucking Browns to a win over the Steelers. Yo, don't even watch SportsCenter. That shit's gonna be on there all week. But Dylan Gabriel didn't look too bad. I'm not gonna lie, I'll never root against somebody's success. But do I hope that Dylan Gabriel plays bad enough for Shedeur to get a chance? Obviously, man. I mean, come on now. It's Shedeur. It's Shedeur. But, guys, the most interesting stat before we move on from this Bengals-Lions game, and it relates to Jake Browning. So, they have this stat called earned points average per play. So, based on every play of the game, how many points a player has earned for their team. And Jake Browning has a negative 0.12 points per play earned on the game. So every play that they had that game, run, pass, whatever it may be, Jake Browning resulted in a negative 0.12 points.
Crazy. He's an EPA guy.
Crazy. But guys, moving on. As you guys know, not all Sundays are created equal. For some, it was a victory lap filled with highlight reels. For others, it was a long, sleepless night. It's time for Sunday Scaries. And guys, for your first NFL Week 5 Sunday Scaries nominee, we have Aaron Glenn. Now, Aaron Glenn, your team is 0-5. You're a defensive coach whose defense has 0 takeaways. And you're now the first coach in franchise history. Now, if you think about the Jets, guys, that's a long and miserable history through a lot of periods. But first coach in franchise history to start with 5 straight losses. Now, Aaron Glenn's seat isn't just hot. It's a full-blown bonfire of Sunday Scaries. Sunday Scaries nominee number 2 for NFL Week 5, Sam Darnold. He threw for 341 yards and 4 touchdowns in a shootout. And he still lost. Darnold played his heart out, but a tip ball at the line turned into a game-ending interception. Now that's a brutal, unlucky way to go down. He's got to be sick.
Duval.
And nominee Duval. We'll get to that in a bit.
I also do want to throw in there that I did. I think my last sports dradamus of last season was me saying that Liam Cohen is him.
Nah,
that he's legit, and that he's going to turn it around.
He was him. Duval. Listen. Sunday Scary nominee 3 for Week 5, guys. Jake Browning. We talked about him a lot. I don't think anyone is worthy of this list more than Jake Browning. But 3 more interceptions for the Bengals backup. That's 8 picks in 4 games. And he single-handedly spotted the Lions a massive lead. And now, his own coach is talking about looking at all personnel. All personnel. Jake Browning was checking the waiver wire Monday morning, guys. That's your 3rd nominee for Sunday Scaries. And, guys, we have an award that's going to come weekly to Couch Coach, and that is the Cold Sweat Award. Now, guys, looking at all of our nominees for Sunday Scaries this week, who do you guys think had the absolute worst, most sleepless night?
I don't think this is a question.
I think we all know.
I mean, it's obviously Jake
We got to pick
Browning.
one, guys. We got to collectively pick
it's
one.
very obvious.
It's Jake Browning, right? It's Jake
I don't
Browning,
think any of them
right?
slept well. I don't think any of them slept well. But Jake Browning, I don't know if the guy's getting any sleep right now.
Jake Browning, man, he's looking at a picture at memes of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins like, what did I do? I got a Maserati in the garage, and I don't even know how to start it. Like, that man can't drive a sports car in the summer. Imagine that. Imagine that. Jake Browning, guys. Yeah, I think it's unanimous on this week. Jake Browning is the Cold Sweat Award. Cold Sweat Award for this week. Now, guys, not everyone caught a case of the Sunday Scaries this week. In Week 5, we had one player who went to bed with a smile on their face. Your NFL Week 5 Sleeping All Right Tonight nominee, guys, is Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs, New England Patriots receiver. The storybook return, booed by fans in Buffalo. Stefon Diggs responded with 10 catches, 146 yards, torching his old team. He made the biggest plays on the game-winning drive to get his revenge. And that's the sweetest sleep you guys can get, guys. But for this one, I got to ask you, moment or momentum? Was this just a great moment for Stefon Diggs? Or is this the start of some serious momentum for Stefon Diggs moving forward? What do you guys think?
Momentum!
What do you guys think?
Momentum.
Momentum for you, Johnny? What do you think, Caleb? Momentum or just a moment?
Yeah, I would say it is a great moment, and he's got some momentum now, so let's use it. So it's not just a great moment.
Hey, we got the first ever unanimous on anything in Couch Coach. Momentum. Give me momentum. I think Stefon Diggs, this is the start of Buffalo Stefon Diggs in New England. This is Boston Diggs, guys. Boston Diggs. Drake made a Diggs. Hopefully we don't get to the drama like we had in Buffalo, but man, I think anyone in fantasy, if you got Stefon Diggs, instant start rest of the year.
I will tell you what. I do think about this a lot, that the fact that it is called the New England Patriots and not the Boston Patriots does a lot of heavy lifting, because I would hate them if they were the Boston Patriots.
You would hate just because it's Boston? You don't like Boston?
I don't cheer for Boston.
Have you even been to Boston?
I have been to Boston.
You didn't like it? You didn't like your trip?
I'm not a Boston guy. I'm not a Massachusetts guy. I'm not, it's not for me, man. I don't do the whole, I hate the Mass Turnpike. I hate the Boston Celtics.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
I hate Mark Wahlberg, and I really just want nothing but failure for that entire city and sports world.
Wow.
I like Bill Simmons, though. Bill Simmons is cool.
I like Bill Simmons, though. He's cool.
I like Bill Simmons.
Yeah, I like Boston. I like Boston. But listen, Johnny, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Now, guys, we have to deliver some unfortunate news. You see, the Sunday Scaries are bad. But for some people, that Monday morning meeting isn't about coffee. It's about cleaning out your desk. It's time for LinkedIn's favorite segment. Who finna lose their job? Now, Johnny, we'll fill you in, Caleb. We realized last week Johnny is a savant, a Grim Reaper savant, and who is finna lose their job. Now, we can't guarantee it's gonna come true this week, but you give it the season. You give it the season, and everyone's gonna lose their job.
Yeah, I had it happen instantly 3 times. It's looking like Jake Browning was last week was Jake Browning, and he is under the gun.
Under the gun.
He is under the gun right now.
So listen, guys, if Johnny says your name, as we said before, listen, get on LinkedIn, get on all those job platforms, start hitting your agent, because you're going to be looking for a job. But Johnny, who finna lose their job?
All right, this is an end of season one.
Ooh.
Because it's not going to happen mid-season, because it's out of respect.
Out of respect.
Out of respect for all of the good years he's put in for the franchise. But I'm calling my shot, Babe Ruth. And it brings me a lot of pleasure to say this, considering my favorite team. John Harbaugh, start working on that resume. It's all over, buddy.
Johnny.
The Harbaugh era in Baltimore ends this season. And I told you this. I told you.
You did allude to this.
That game, the Texans. I can't remember what I kept calling it. I kept calling it something funny.
It was the end of the season game. Whoever lost, their season was over.
Yeah, I kept giving it a name, though. I don't remember what it was. I kept giving it some punchy name. That being said, though, Texans-Ravens, that was what that was. That was playing for your life, both of them. And whoever lost, it meant you're done. The season's over. Pack it in. You're not coming back. And that's just based off the fact that I think Lamar will be out this next week as well, because I think it would be really dumb to rush him back before the bye.
They said he could come back
They
week 6.
said he could. Of course he could. Right now the line is outside chance. So kind of makes me think that sounds like a doubtful designation to me. So I would, and if I'm them, I would be like, I'm not going to mess around with the maybe second most important player in the entire NFL. We're just going to rest him through the bye. It's a hamstring injury. They're super easy to re-aggravate, and so I'm not going to mess with it.
Right.
So all that to be said, it's looking like they're going to come out of their bye week 1-5. They're done, because that means you pretty much have to play the rest of the season with a 1-game margin of error if you're going to make the playoffs. So I think it's over, and I think we can call it right now. This is Harbaugh's last season.
Ooh.
Book it.
From one John to another John.
No, we're not the same.
Not the same. We
Not
are
the same.
Created,
That's a useless H John.
Useless. Ooh.
That's a different guy.
The not so subtle diss, but Johnny Harbaugh. Count your days. Be looking at those teams, at the bottom of the ranks for who's looking for a coach. Because end of the season, the Grim Reaper himself, Johnny, says you finna lose your job. John Harbaugh.
I'm gonna show up like Brad Pitt. I'm gonna show up at John Harbaugh's house. I'm gonna have a Jamaican accent. I'm gonna walk in there, and I'll be like, me no duppy, John Harbaugh.
Now what you should do is show up to his
No worry.
show up to his exit interview and start doing sumo.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just run in there and sumo him. Yeah, I'm gonna show up like Brad Pitt and Meet Joe Black doing a patois accent, claiming his soul.
Check this out, guys. Check this out. It's time for Couch Coach of the Year, where we determine which coach is crowned Couch Coach of the Year through weekly picks. Now, if you guys think you can beat us, submit your weekly picks for the following games by the start of Thursday night for a chance to be featured in the future segment. I'm checking the clock now. You got approximately 60 hours. Submit your picks now for the following games. But guys, listen, we got to recap. Records on the year. We'll start off with the whole year. Johnny, you're in first place. But you're not doing so hot lately. You're on a little bit of a cold streak. You're 11-11 on the year. Perfect 500 record. Like we said, Mr. 500 himself. We don't lie. Here on Couch Coach.
Mr. They ate my wife.
Now we have a second and third place question. Now, guaranteed at least second place is myself at 10-12 on the year. But guys, we got to have a live vote here. We got to have a live decision. Caleb, you are either going to be 9-13 on the year or 10-12. But guys, are we going to give him that Ravens pick? Because he picked the Ravens. But he said if he had known Lamar wasn't playing, he would have picked the Texans.
Guys, I just forgot.
Are we going to give it to him?
I will say that we can give him... I think we can afford him a mulligan because you did give me a conditional pick earlier this season when the Chiefs played the Ravens, and I said, can I get a conditional pick on whether Worthy plays? Yeah. And I was like, if Worthy plays, then I want the Chiefs. If he doesn't, then I'll take the Ravens. And so in that generosity, that spirit of generosity, I would give Caleb the ability to recant that pick.
To get the mulligan. Okay. And he did send it before the game started, too, I believe. Oh. You're cutting out there, Caleb. You back?
All right, he's back.
I'm good.
He's back.
I got it in before.
Yeah, he got it in before. So, all right then. So we got a second place tie between myself and Caleb at 10-12 on the season. But if we're looking at last week, guys, week 5 picks. I was 4-1 last week. Best record last week. I was 4-1. Outside of a fucking crazy Giants ending, I would have had a perfect record. But Giants do what the Giants do. I was 4-1. Caleb, you were 3-2 last week. Giving you that Ravens pick, you were 3-2, and Johnny, a little bit of a rough patch, like we said. You were 2-3 last week. You were off to a hot start
last week.
You were off to a hot start. Now, Lone Wolf picks, guys. Give credit where credit's due. the picks that defied the odds. The Lone Wolf picks, guys. Coaches that picked on their own, and they got it right. Caleb with the Saints. How the fuck did you pick that? This man picked the Saints, bro.
He hates the Giants.
The only person
he has a vitriol in his heart towards the Giants.
Shout out to Caleb for being the first person in all season to pick the Saints in any game, But he was right. The Saints won, and
Giants are bad.
I had 2 Lone Wolf picks that I was right on, which contributed to that 4-1 record. The Panthers and the Commanders. I had them both. Bryce Young had some mistakes at the end, Johnny, but they came through. They came through for me.
I hated that one. I hated that pick. I remember, you said Dolphins, Panthers, and I was like, I don't want to pick either of these teams. That's terrible.
Every game with the Dolphins in it and with the Panthers in it, you're like, man, if they're playing a bad team, I don't want to pick this game.
I don't want to pick either one. Those are just 2 putrid teams.
But listen, we got some picks, guys. We got some picks for Week 6 we got to get to. And now this week, we should see a lot of blowouts based on the lines because usually we get to, the 1.5, 2.5 lines, and we got our picks, but we had to get out to the 3.5 lines to even get our picks for this week, guys. So, we should see a lot of blowouts based on Vegas. But the first matchup of the week, guys, we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I'll keep in mind this line was before this game just finished, in which the Jaguars defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 31-28. But Seahawks at Jags, and they are giving the Jags a 1.5.
That line's probably going to move.
Probably going to be I'd say it's probably a push or a 1.5 to Jags by now.
Yeah, I would say they're probably having the Jags laying a 1.5 now, if I had to guess. But
either way, probably still 1.5.
Yeah. I will go Seahawks because I think that the Seahawks defense will be able to punish Trevor Lawrence for the mistakes that he's prone to making.
Okay.
As much as I do believe in Liam Cohen and Duval, I think it's just 2 defenses going up against each other that are good, and the question is, which quarterback do I think is more prone to making the mistakes that those defenses can capitalize on? And I think that Trevor Lawrence is more prone to making mistakes than Sam Darnold, at least from what we've seen this season.
No, that's a fair point. What do you think, Caleb?
I'm taking the Seahawks. Jaguars used up all their luck to take down the Chiefs tonight. So.
Listen, guys. For my pick this week, I got one word for you. Duval. Give me the Jags. I'm taking a Lone Wolf pick, guys. Listen, when we look back on this shoot next week, I'm going to be saying Lone Wolf pick, Coogee, Jacksonville Jaguars. Give me the Jags, baby. Give me the Jags.
Mm-hmm.
Duval. Listen, game 2, guys. We got the Detroit Lions at the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're giving the Lions a 1.5. Again, before this game concluded where the Chiefs lost. But Lions at Chiefs.
Wait, Lions plus 1.5?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That line's probably, I don't know. That's crazy, though.
Yeah, in Arrowhead, too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yikes. It's the last game without Rice. Last game without Rice. Do I think the Chiefs defense can slow down the Lions offense? That's going to be a shootout. That game feels like 34-31, something like that.
Damn.
And give me the Chiefs.
Ooh.
I'm going to say give me the Chiefs. Backs against the wall. Gotta have it.
Yeah,
you can't go to 2-4.
They'll be 2-4 if they lose this
You
one.
gotta have it. I think that we're gonna see an Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes masterclass.
I don't think Chiefs are going 2-4 at home. even against the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take Chiefs as well in Arrowhead.
2 Chiefs picks. You got to give me the lone wolf again.
Yeah.
I'm going Lions, baby. If it's not for self-serving interest with David Montgomery on my fantasy team and having Amon-Ra St. Brown on my fantasy team, I mean, come on now. Chiefs 2-4? That'd be the worst start in Patrick Mahomes' career. I can't wait. Give me the Lions. Give me the Lions. I was down on them. Now I'm up. Game number 3, we have the San Francisco 49ers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they're giving the 49ers 2.5 points. Who you guys got?
At home.
I have 4 words for you, boss man. Baker. Touchdown maker.
Ooh! That boy. Who you got?
On the
kid?
road to the 1 seed. Give me the Buccaneers.
Who you got, Caleb?
I don't know. This is a tough one. Niners have been kind of surprising in the sense that they've been able to win some games without Brock, and this is in Tampa too.
Look, all I'm saying is that as much as I did have the Niners winning their division, but I think we've just seen it. Shanahan beats McVay. For some reason,
Yeah.
Shanahan beats McVay. It's his only weakness. And so I'm like, I'm not going to put too much faith in the fact that they won that game.
I feel you.
I'll take this one's tough for me. If it was flipped, if it was 49ers at home, I think I'd take 49ers at home and not feel bad about it. But Tampa Bay being home makes me lean them. I just think that Tampa Bay is just bound to lose. They've been playing too many close games. So I guess I'll take the Niners, but I don't feel good about that pick.
Listen, I'm the only coach so far this year that hasn't used a caveat. So I'm going to use one for this game.
Just use yours.
I'm going to use one for this game.
I'll take the Buccaneers unless they score less points than the Niners.
Yeah.
Now, it's not what you would think. Or maybe with me, you might think this. If Brock Purdy plays this game, I'm going Tampa Bay Bucks. But if Mac Jones plays this game, I'm going 49ers.
Okay. Conditional
First
pick.
ever caveat with the backup playing being the winning result. Just going to say.
Baby goat. He's taking the baby goat if he plays.
I think Mac Jones is onto something. I'm telling you, he's onto something. Him and Kyle.
It might be Kyle Shanahan's onto something. Maybe not Mac. It might be Kyle's onto something.
Maybe. Something he's not on with Brock, though. I'm taking the 49ers if Brock doesn't play. Bucks if Brock does. Game 4. Patriots at the New Orleans Saints. And they're giving the Saints 3.5 points.
Maybe it's Drake Maybelline. Come on.
Woo!
This is an easy one. I didn't have to think about that.
Yeah, this might be unanimous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy.
I'm going the Patriots. I'm going Patriots too. The Saints coming off a nice win, but it ends here.
Saints aren't good enough to win 2 games in a row. That just
No
can't.
shot.
There's no
No shot. Unanimous. New England Patriots. Game number 5, guys. We have the Buffalo Bills at the Atlanta Falcons, and they're giving the Falcons 3.5 points.
Bills. I like the Falcons. I like Penix. I like Bijan. Bills. I'm not even gonna think about that.
You hate the Bills, so your Bills hate isn't strong
Because they're
enough.
the better team. Like, what do you want me to say? Bills. I'm not even gonna overthink that.
Yeah, I don't know if you can beat the Bills after getting shut out by the Panthers in the same season. So let's go Bills.
Yeah, I'm going Bills too. Another unanimous.
Okay.
I'm going Bills.
I was ready for Cooch to steer off again.
No, I'm not the believer in Penix that everyone else is. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's good, but I don't see it just yet. We'll see though. Game number 6, last one, guys. Dallas Cowboys at the Carolina Panthers. Ooh, a little Rico Dowdle revenge game, maybe. But we got the Dallas Cowboys. They're taking away 3.5, so they're giving the Panthers 3.5 at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean Cowboys are winning that one. I would go Cowboys. I would go Cowboys against the spread. Give me Dallas minus 3.5. They're gonna win that by like 11.
Damn. So no 200-yard game for Dowdle today or next week.
Maybe he could do it. Sure, I think it's possible.
They still lose?
Yeah, certainly. They almost did this time. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna go Dallas, and I would do that against the spread even because I think Dallas's offense has just been humming, and it's going to continue to hum. And I don't think there's any world. The only way the Panthers win that game is to shut down Dallas's offense because Bryce Young cannot keep up with it.
Well,
this is a Bryce Young hate pick.
Can Dallas slow down any offense? That's the other question.
Their run defense is tough. It's lacking.
Bryce Young slows down the offense. Dallas doesn't have to.
They gave up 37 points to the Giants. Not that the 40 points to the Packers is bad, but they gave up 40 points. Mm-hmm. So I'll go against the grain here a little bit. I'm going to take the Panthers here. With the line, I think I would definitely take him, but obviously straight money line would be tough. But I'll take the Panthers to be a little bit different in this one.
I would say that there is a common thread between all of those teams that put a bunch of points on the Cowboys.
Yeah.
None of them are quarterbacked by Bryce Young.
If Bryce Young just plays like dog shit in this game, I'm gonna have to hop on a bandwagon with you, Johnny, because this is the game for him to do something.
My thing with Bryce Young is even when they win, he plays like shit. He makes terrible decisions. He gets scared in the pocket. He makes bad throws. I literally thought they were going to lose the game when they're 5 yards away from their own end zone yesterday. They're 5 yards away from their own end zone, and the clock is at 2:03, clicking down. And he runs a play before the 2-minute warning hits. I'm like, that is such a stupid move. You just gave the Dolphins more time. Like, you're supposed to let the clock go down, then do a run and see what happens. But like, that was such a stupid decision to snap the ball before the 2-minute mark.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're just lucky they didn't lose. Like, that their defense held up in the end because it was so dumb. And just many just terrible situational decisions that I think I am so heavily out on Bryce Young more than any quarterback in the league. I'd rather have Spencer Rattler.
Wow.
I would rather have Spencer Rattler. That's how I feel about Bryce Young right now.
Hey, don't hate on Spence, man. He's
okay.
He's going to be in the NFL for a couple of years now, I think.
He's not the reason they're losing.
No.
Yeah.
But he's not great. So Johnny's got the Cowboys. You got the Panthers, Caleb. I thought we were going to have a unanimous pick on this one, but I got the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, MVP, maybe. We'll see. Give me the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys.
I picked the Cowboys last week. I can't pick them back-to-back week as an Eagles fan. It'd just be sacrilegious. So.
Guys,
you look like a genius if the Panthers win. If the Panthers pull it off and like Bryce Young plays well, it'll be hilarious.
It'd be crazy. He would have picked the Panthers and Saints as a lone wolf pick 2 weeks in a row. Crazy. NFC South is your good luck charm, Caleb. But guys, listen. In this next segment, we have to start them off with an advisory warning. Listen, if you're not a fan of Uno, if you are not a fan of Monopoly, if you're not a fan of Connect 4, this segment is not for you. And we advise you jump to the next segment. But for the rest of you, let's play a game I'll kick it over to Caleb. Caleb's got the game for us this week. What you got in your game chest this week, Caleb?
We got some stats. We got some stat lines, some stats to throw at you guys, and we'll see if you can beat me this time. I stumped you guys last time out, but we'll see what you guys have in store. I got some NFL, some NBA, NFL stat lines. We'll see what you can give me. I think Johnny started us last time, so Cooch, you will go first. You want to do NFL or NBA?
Let's do NFL.
All right. I'll go with my number one. In 1998, this person rushed for over 2,000 yards and 14 touchdowns. Only the fourth running back ever to reach that mark at the time. Who was it?
You said 1998?
Yes, sir.
Terrell Davis, Denver Broncos.
There we go. I had to test your fandom here. What team was he on?
Denver Broncos. Come on now.
Okay, perfect. That was a good one. That was a good one to start out with, because if you got that wrong, I think you would have to take that jersey off. Couldn't be a true Broncos fan if you didn't know your MVP. From the year you were born,
tough for me, man, because I don't know any 80s Green Bay Packers running backs, so I don't know what I would.
You're going to say Reggie White.
Reggie White. Yeah. All right. Give me NBA then.
Yeah. You want to do NBA? All right.
Let's do it, yeah. Throw it over to NBA.
I'm up, guys. Just mark that down in your your notes. I'm winning. I'm winning right now, guys.
I didn't love the NBA ones, but they're not bad.
I'm about to beat Johnny at his own sport.
My own sport?
NBA.
Oh. My sport's sumo.
Sumo. Yeah, give us a sumo stat.
Sumo questions.
Yeah, it'd be really funny. Yeah.
If I had some sumo questions on it. All right, sixth man of the year. Averaged 18 points off the bench in 2009 to 2010. Who was it?
2009 to 2010. 6-man, 09 and 10. All right. I'm between. And you said give me the stats again?
18 points a game. I got his stats in front of me. 18 points a game. 2 rebounds. 2.5 rebounds. 3 assists. Under a steal.
Okay. I think this is too early for Harden. This is too... Right, I mean, it could be Manu. It could be Crawford. All these stats just sound like it could be either of those guys. I think it's too early for Harden. I think Harden's not doing that yet in 2009. Yeah, I don't even know if Harden's drafted yet in 2009. So I'm going to go... Does that stat line sound... Let's go Manu Ginobili.
Incorrect. All right, Cooch. Chance to steal.
You said 09, 010, or 08, 09?
Yeah, 09 to 10.
6 men of the year. Which means he got the award in 2010.
2010 6 men of the year, yeah.
2010-11 was probably James Harden's year. So it's before that. I'm going to go Jamal Crawford.
That is correct.
Motherfucker.
You're on the right track.
Too. I'm so mad.
Right track.
I'm so mad.
Harden was 11 to 12. The year that
Let's go.
He made the finals. The next year was Lamar Odom on the Lakers. But yeah, that was Jamal Crawford. And what team was he on for the full point?
Shit.
Come on. This is the easy part.
Jamal Crawford at this time.
Not really. He was only playing for this team for 2 seasons.
Was it the Clips?
Hold on. I'm still answering. Damn. I know he was on the Knicks at some point. He was on the Clippers. He was on No, I'm thinking Lou Will too. Hold on. Jamal Crawford.
I said it was easy for me, but I don't know why I would have thought with him with this team first because I only played with them for 2 seasons.
Damn, Jamal Crawford. He must have played for at this
The
time.
Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, Reggie, of course, Reggie White. You know, he must have played for. Damn, that's a tough one. We got Pistons, Hawks. We got. Let me think. Let me just think through. Give me the Knicks.
No, at that point, he hadn't played for the Knicks since the year before, but he got traded at the deadline that year to Golden State. This year, he won it on the Hawks.
Yeah,
I
don't think of Crawford as a Hawk. That's
Me
funny.
Which is hilarious because
Yeah.
because that's when I started following the NBA. So I remember like the Hawks, I always think of that era as Jamal, Joe Johnson, Josh Smith, and I think it's such a sick team. And it's like that actually was not like a team that was sustained for long. So
Josh Smith is such like a funny NBA player. It's just like this. He was good for a while.
Yeah, he was.
The Hawks.
He
was that Jay. That Jay was smooth. Jay Smooth.
Yeah. No, with Smith. Yeah, dude. Like there's some fun Hawks teams. They had some fun teams in the 2010s.
Yeah, it was the 1 year that him and Horford took him to the 1 seed, and then they got clobbered by LeBron.
Yeah. That was the year that team they gave him the
Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague
player.
has some hilarious stories from the Hawk days, by the way.
Yeah, it's funny. But so Kuj gets half a point there for the steal. But Kuj
1.5 to 0. Let's fucking
Kuj
go, baby.
up.
Good steal. Good steal.
I don't have any yet, so you keep me off the board too. So that's a win for you guys. Kuj, where do you want to go? NFL or NBA?
Give me the NFL again. We'll take it again.
All right. I gave you an easy one, so let's go with a tougher one. You might know this because it is the most ever, but and I'll give you a chance for an extra half point. What is the single game record for receiving yards in an NFL game? This was done in 1989. Who did it? For what team? And then for the extra half point, what's the number?
1980. Holy shit! I was thinking it was Josh Gordon or something. Okay.
It's a weird one. Yeah. I don't think I know.
Weird trivia. I feel like I know as a baseball fan, so I thought it'd be a good one.
No, it's not that it's a guy you wouldn't expect. It's a really random ass player, and it's so funny because I feel the same. I could tell you the one. The single pass yards in a game is also super weird, and I know it though, but I don't know the receiving yards. But I think but it's Kuji's anyway.
This is a tough one.
It's a weird ass
throw
player.
A name out there.
Yeah.
1989. Fuck, man. Well, you said it's a weird one, so that rules out like 5 of the fucking people I would have had.
Yeah.
It's not like an all-timer.
Yeah, no. I've never heard of this person. Not that my NFL knowledge of the 80s is deep, but...
Okay, 89, so we're thinking back then. Cowboys were still kind of good. I don't know. Give me Lynn Swan.
Incorrect.
No,
Johnny, chance to steal.
I really have no idea, like, off the dome. Let me ask.
I'm thinking
is his name Wes? Is his first name Wes or Wesley? No. Something like that? No, it's not. That I have no idea. Let's go Reggie White.
Incorrect. It is Flipper Anderson. Full name Willie Lee Anderson.
Or Willie, okay, because I thought it was Wes Willie. Okay, yeah.
I was gonna say like he has a nickname, but only ever had over 1,000 receiving yards twice. That year clearly was helped by this one game, 336 yards in 1989. He was on the Los Angeles Rams.
I thought it was the Rams.
Still.
Yeah, because it's the same for the passing yards. Right? His passing yards is also Rams, but it's like a different.
It's probably same
time.
game.
Is it the same game? I think the Rams record is a lot older. It's like it's Norm Van Brocklin, right? And he like just
that's
has
not
like
weird. That's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, but it's like weird where it's like you'd think it'd be like Peyton Manning or something, and it's like no, Norm Van Brocklin just absolutely just has held that record in a stranglehold for so long. Yeah.
All right. What do you want to do?
1.5 points, Coogee. No points, Johnny. 1 point, Caleb.
Yeah, I get
the house.
The house. I'll go back to NBA. Let's do it, I guess.
Okay.
I'm feeling not confident anymore.
It's my next best NBA one.
My confidence has waned. It shouldn't because I was between two and I just picked the wrong one. I should have known it was Crawford, but I was just like, him and Manu, this was when they were winning them. It was right around that time. Maybe like Manu was a bit old by then.
The one I like wouldn't be as fun if I didn't give you this like second part of the hint, but if I gave you the second part of the hint, you will get it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll try to throw one.
I might request maybe you could give me the first part, and if I don't get it, then I could request it for a half a point. And if I still don't get it, then give it to Coogee.
So this is a very well-known player. They averaged 16.9 points per game, 7.7 rebounds, and 4.3 assists per game in 2015-16. After this became, I'll say well-known. There's a caveat to the well-known that would, I think, help you get this. And this is an Eastern Conference team. But 16.9 points per game, 7.7. This was the last year before their breakout. 7.7 rebounds, 4.4 assists per game.
16, 8, and 4. Year before their breakout in the Eastern Conference. 16, 8, and 4 sounds like it sounds like a big man or a forward. With something there. And if I run through the Eastern Conference in my head in 2015-16, this is the year. This is the most impressive championship that's ever been won. That's what that is. It's the single most impressive championship ever. That's the season that LeBron James became the only player ever to lead both teams in every single statistic in the finals, cementing his status as the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Weird tangent, man.
I'm just trying to frame up when this was. In that, okay. So he breaks out the next year. But this year, this is pre-Tatum. This is pre-Jaylen Brown being good. This is pre-Ben Simmons.
I was going to say Ben Simmons is what I thought of at first.
Yeah, but I think Simmons had. Maybe it was Simmons. No, I think I think 2016 is. Nah, 2016 is too early for Simmons. I think 15-16. Because he said he breaks out. Simmons' rookie year is his best year. So Simmons averaged damn near a triple-double in his first year, I think. So it's not
Simmons out for you. Simmons' first season was 17-18.
Right. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was too early.
He had 15, 8, and 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was normal near a triple-double.
16, 8, and 8 actually.
Yeah, he had a really good rookie year. Okay, so it's before Simmons, and the guy breaks out, and he said he's famous for a weird reason. That's what's interesting.
Not weird reason. I think like the second note would give it away. Yeah.
He's more famous. A specific thing he's famous about. Breaks out. So I'm just going through it all. And in that year, who are the teams? It's like you got the Hawks, but I don't think anyone breaks out after that season on the Hawks. You got the Raptors were good that year, but it's like at that point they were already what they were. The Celtics were I really don't remember what the Celtics were they trash that year?
They may have been.
or were they were decent and they?
What was Isaiah Thomas here probably?
Yeah. Oh, you're right. That was the Isaiah Thomas year. Yep, fully the Isaiah Thomas year. Going through the Eastern Conference, Philly had the number 1 overall pick. They were ass because that's the Markelle Fultz draft. Boston had the number 1 overall pick that they traded to Philly, but all that to say, Philly was terrible though.
This
Philly
team did miss the playoffs that year to narrow it down for you.
Yeah. So we narrow it down to we have where the Heat up to. You know what? Let's go miss the playoffs. There is a chance all right. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. He's more famous today. This is before his breakout. And Eastern Conference, I don't remember if they missed the playoffs, but I feel like this just lines up. Is it Jimmy Butler?
It is not Jimmy.
All right.
Coach.
All that thinking for the wrong answer.
Chance to steal, Coach. Like I said, the secondary part of this gives it away. So I'll wait for Cooch to
repeat that. Repeat that secondary part.
No, don't give him the
secondary part.
secondary.
Gives it away. I'll wait for you
to
to give a chance to steal, and then I'll give it back to you, Johnny, with the secondary. If Coogee doesn't get it,
repeat that secondary part.
He never said it. He never said the secondary part.
I said it'll give it away.
Oh, that sucks. Okay. All right.
Well, he averaged 17 points per game, 7.7 rebounds, four assists in 2015-16 for an Eastern Conference team that missed the playoffs. And the Heat that year, by the way, were the 3rd seed.
Well, I said
the Bulls did miss the playoffs that year.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I said Jimmy was on the Bulls.
You were saying the Bulls did miss the playoffs that year. They were 4-2.
I said I couldn't remember what the Heat were doing that year. That's why I thought Jimmy was. You said they missed the playoffs, so I was like, I'm pretty sure the Bulls missed the playoffs, and that sounds like a Jimmy stat line, and I think that is about what he averaged that season.
I wonder if Jimmy averaged that many rebounds ever.
Yeah.
Eastern Conference team. Damn, that's crazy.
Jimmy averaged 25 and 5 that year. 21, 5 and 5.
They missed the
playoffs. He won MIP the year before that.
Missed the playoffs.
Yeah, missed the playoffs. So, in order of, I'll read the teams off for you. In order of 9 through 15 seeds: Bulls, Wizards, Magic, Bucks, Knicks, Nets, Sixers.
Oh, Bradley Beal.
Incorrect.
Damn.
I think I know who it is now. You
want to give it a shot, or you want me to give you that
No, give me the hint. Give me the hint, but I think I have an idea who it is.
It said average 17s, almost 8, 4 in 2015-16 before becoming a 2-time MVP.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's who I thought. And that's exactly who I thought it was before you gave me the hint. Once you said the Bucks missed the playoffs, I went, that's who it is. It's Giannis.
Yep. Yeah. So it's fun stat line. Yeah, that was his last obviously he was a good player that year. It was a good year. But then the next year, he broke out 22.9, 8.8, 5.4, and was most improved player, 7th in MVP, and then he's been in the next year he was 6th in the MVP, and then since then he's been top 4 in the MVP voting every year. And then he went
the second that you listed off the teams that missed it, I went, oh, it's Giannis.
Yeah. All right, so I take the win again here, boys, because that's the last one I had for you.
The house at 2 to 1.5 beat me.
Yeah,
Johnny didn't get nothing. Johnny got 0. You were getting
forgot about the Bucks.
Empty stats, Johnny. You had 48 minutes, no points, no rebounds, no assists.
I did. I snelled it. I really snelled it big time.
But guys, check this out.
Wait,
Check this out.
is that the end?
That's the end. The
Yeah, that
house
was the
won,
last
Johnny.
one.
We
Oh,
lost.
okay, then I have one other
Take your
thing.
time. Yeah.
I have one last thing.
What's up?
So I have a little like brain teaser for you guys I wanted to bring up. I found this very interesting. Sports related. NFL related. Have either of you watched the new John Boy's Secret Base documentary about scoregami?
No.
No.
Okay, it's the guy who created scoregami. For those of you at home that don't know, a scoregami is a wholly unique NFL score. It means it's when a score has never happened before in the NFL, and he pretty much just did a whole history of it, what was doing all this. And then the last part of the documentary is the future of it. And he talks about the most unlikely scoregami that could ever happen. And there is also an aspect of it where there are certain scoregamis that can only happen in one way. That you couldn't do it. There's only one string of events that could lead to a scoregami happening. So I want to give you guys the most cursed scoregami that could ever happen. It's never happened in the NFL. And I want you guys to work together and figure out what would have to happen for this score to take place. A final score of 10-1. It is possible under the current NFL rules. How would it be possible?
So a touchdown.
And there's only one way it could happen.
A touchdown, extra point blocked and returned, and then 2 safeties. 10-1.
So if an extra point's blocked and returned, that's 2 points.
It is 2. I forgot then how the 1 happens.
A kicker kicks an extra point and they kick it into the opposite field goal.
You're closer, but are you gentlemen? I will bring this up.
Oh, a kickoff and it goes through the uprights. No.
No. Are you gentlemen familiar with the 1 point safety?
No.
Oh, yes. So that would be if you recover. Well, I don't know how it would happen, though, because I thought it was if it's a 2-point attempt and so you fumble, you pick it up, you run into the end zone, and then get tackled. Isn't that a 1 point?
So there would be a 1 point safety. Like there's a way where you could get the 1 point safety, which is it's happened in college before, which is you throw the ball and the defender picks it off, steps out of his own end zone, and then gets tackled back into his own end zone. Oh, but that's a 1 point safety for the team that was trying to score the 2 point.
Right, exactly.
This is what would have to happen for the 10-1 score. A team drives down the field and scores a touchdown. And then on the ensuing point after, somehow, by the worst possible scenario, the long snapper snaps the ball so far over the other guy's head, the kicker's head or the holder's head, that it flies 40 to 50 yards back. And then, in trying to catch up to the ball, the guys do kind of like what happened in the Cardinals-Titans game and just Benny Hill kick the ball and keep dropping it over and over and over all the way until it ends up in the opposite end zone. And then the other team
on an extra point attempt
gets a 1 point safety. So then the score is 6-1, and all that would have to happen from there are 2 more safeties.
2 safeties.
But that is the only way that you can get to 10-1 as a final score. And they did out the odds on this. It is there would have to be 18 trillion games played in the NFL for one of them to end in a 10-1 score. So 18 trillion, guys. So in maybe 500 billion years, we can see that happen.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I would have never guessed.
The most cursed scoregami possible. I found that fascinating.
Damn. Guys, check this out, and we're gonna wrap up with instant replay. We got a story, we got some baseball coverage. We had a lot of games to get into this shoot here, so we're gonna forego the people want to know, but we'll stock those questions for next time. But guys, finishing up with instant replay. Check this out. It's time for instant replay. where we get behind the booth for when our viewers need coverage on the biggest stories in sports from a different angle. Now, outside of baseball, guys, we got really only one story we got to get into today. We'll make it quick, but former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez facing a felony charge. A shocking story from outside the lines as former Jets quarterback and current broadcaster Mark Sanchez is now facing a felony charge. The charge stems from an altercation in Indianapolis where he was allegedly involved in a stabbing. Now, guys, this is a stunning fall from grace for a guy who led a team to 2 AFC Championship games. What's your initial reaction to this news?
The Ursays did not forget what Mark Sanchez did to them en route to making it back to the Super Bowl.
Damn.
The Colts made it to the Super Bowl, beating Mark Sanchez in the AFC Championship, but then the Colts lost to the Saints there. So Peyton Manning, in his prime, had a chance to go back and make things right and win his second Super Bowl. But who stopped him? The 1 seed New York Jets, quarterbacked by Mark Sanchez. And the Ursays did not forget. And you guys can say, oh yeah, Mark Sanchez, long history of being a terrible person, right? No. This was out of the blue, and somehow we're supposed to believe that Mark Sanchez got pissed drunk and attacked a random man on the street who had to stab him in self-defense? That doesn't sound right to me at all. I think that the Ursays sent their regards. And I think if we want to get really, really into it, guys, this might have been, maybe the stabber was not some 60-something-year-old grease collector.
Parking his car
Maybe
in the fucking alley.
It could have been Carly herself because she's capable of anything. It also could have been a man who had to prove himself to Carly. A man who failed Carly last week and had to show that he was worth keeping around, that he was willing to do anything that Carly asked of him. Maybe Adonai Mitchell had to go out there and make things right with the family. I'm just saying, guys, the Ursays send their regards. And the Ursays send their regards, and Carly never forgets.
That could be a sitcom. The Ursays could be a sitcom.
No, that's a drama. It's called Succession, where Carly took it all over, and now suddenly, you tell me, man, what was the real change in that franchise? Was it Daniel Jones? Was it? Or was it Carly Ursay? I'd like to think it's Carly Ursay.
We're still waiting to find out. But
Johnny, you need to get on First Take tomorrow with this, man.
The Ursays send their regards.
Real journalism.
The Ursays send their regards. Man, my only thought on this is what a quick turn of events that breaking news can be. Because in 1 hour and a half, approximately, we went from pray for Mark Sanchez, this is terrible. Pray for Mark Sanchez, how could this happen? Pray for Mark Sanchez, oh my God. And in an hour and a half, we went to Mark Sanchez got pissed drunk and forcibly entered somebody's car in an alleyway, telling them they can't park there, and got stabbed. And now he's going to jail.
No, beat the shit out of the guy so bad that he tried to pepper spray Mark Sanchez, and that wasn't enough to stop Mark Sanchez's onslaught. So he had to stab Mark Sanchez. And then Mark Sanchez got up and walked away. Have you seen the footage of him walking down the street, stumbling down the street, drunk as fuck, shirt covered in blood?
Oh my God.
I'm just like, bro, what? Like, you're trying to convince me that man was just drunk? He was on like PCP or something?
There's
like,
no way. He had to be on something.
Crazy, bro.
Like, wild. And there were so many people that were like, Mark Sanchez, the nicest guy you could ever know. Like, that was what I kept seeing people talk about him when he first got stabbed. And it's like, bro, he did one of the wildest things. You said former NFL quarterback and current broadcaster. Former broadcaster, too, I think.
Yeah, this could be
honestly,
Dunzo.
NFL Grim Reaper, Mark Sanchez. Also,
He's with Fox, right?
Yeah, he's Fox.
It could be Dunzo. I mean, man, I like seeing him on the Colin Cowherd show too every now and then.
He's good, man. But yeah, you stab you. Like, what the fuck was he doing? It's so bizarre.
12:30 in the morning.
Forcibly entering the guy's car because you can't fucking park here. How dare you?
No, he's the traffic. He upholds traffic laws. You didn't know?
I have no idea. Like, none of it makes sense. Truly, the Carly Ursay
He's not
theory
even
makes more
facing one
sense.
felony. He's facing 3 felonies.
Yeah, but yeah.
6 years potentially.
That's what I'm saying. Doesn't the Carly Ursay story that I just told feel like it makes more sense
Makes
somehow?
way more sense.
Than for some
Honestly,
reason, Mark Sanchez
it
was
does.
so mad at a guy for parking in a city he doesn't live in. That he attacked him.
It's a case of doing too much.
Nobody's ever seen this side of Mark Sanchez.
It's a case of doing too much. Like, doing too much. Like, I might not even, if I'm concerned, I might not even yell out, hey, you're parked in a spot you shouldn't park in. But I'm certainly not forcing myself into some stranger's car in a town I don't live in, city I don't live in. Like, you can't park here. And then, like, nah, bro. Doing too much. Mark Sanchez, you're doing too much.
Way too much.
Doing way too much. Oh, boy. But, guys, listen. And this is the story Kayla's been waiting for. The story I've been waiting for. The Yankees on the brink of elimination. The Bronx is not burning, guys. After back-to-back beatdowns in Toronto, the New York Yankees are heading home, down 0-2 in the ALDS. Their high-powered offense has been silenced and their pitching has been shelled, putting them one loss away from a disastrous playoff exit. Now I'm going to kick it over to Caleb after this question. He's going to give us the MLB breakdown of the playoffs so far. But I just want to give an answer to this question so I can rub it in Johnny's face real quick. Down 0-2 after being outscored 23-8, is this series already over for the Yankees? And I'm saying fuck yes. Fuck the Yankees. Now kick it off to Caleb. Caleb, what you got for us? MLB recap.
Yeah,
We got the wild card. We got a little bit of the ALDS, the NLDS going on.
Yeah, it's been a good start to the playoffs, unless you're Mir Cooch.
Yeah,
our teams are already out. Lost game 3 on Thursday. Tough one for my guards. Great end of the season, though. I'll plug my guards here really quick. They were 15.5 back in July, and they won the division. That's the largest ever division lead / pennant, because they used to just do whoever wins the entire league just goes to play the World Series. Largest lead to ever be recovered in a single season. And they were down double-digit games in September. So great job by the guards coming back. Of course, they played a team they overcame and lost them in a 3-game series.
Damn.
So that's just baseball. They beat them 6 of 9 to end the season. Well, 2 of those losses came in the playoffs. So tough for our guards. Tough for the Sox, up 1-0. Lost the next 2 to the Yanks. But the Yanks down 2-0. It's looking tough. Bieber on the mound for Toronto. It's going to be an interesting game 3. I think the Yankees are screwed just because clearly the pitching is an issue right now for them. And even if they somehow find a way to win 2 games in New York, I don't think they're going back to Toronto and winning game 5. So it's looking bleak if you're a Yankee fan. But shout out to Toronto. I mean, nobody really, we were talking about it before, that they weren't great last year, but they've always had the talent. I don't think it's surprising that they're good. I think it's a little bit surprising that they're in this position where they're the top seed in the AL and they got a chance to be in the ALCS tomorrow night. So on the other side of the AL, we got a tied series, the only tied series right now. Detroit and Seattle tied at 1 game apiece going back to Detroit. That'll be a really good series, low-scoring series. It's a rock fight, as we talked about a lot in the NBA.
Of course.
But a couple 3-2 games. But that's probably the only series that I think will be that'll get to Game 5. Because if you look over in the NL, Dodgers went up 2-0 tonight, and the Brewers just went up 2-0 over the Cubs. So those series could be wrapping up. Problem for Philly is they just lost 2 at home. They got to go to LA now and try to win 2 to send it back to Philly. So they're in trouble. And then Milwaukee took care of business winning 2 at home. They get the long drive down to Chicago from Milwaukee, which I do every day, for 2 games if needed. They got a chance to close it out here on Wednesday. So it's been a good start. A lot of chalk, I would say. Detroit technically was the 6th seed. They were the only underseed to win the wild card round, but they beat a team that finished a game ahead of them in their own division. So not really an upset, I would say. So I don't know. It's been fun. There's a lot of baseball still. I'd say this is the best time to watch baseball, even if you haven't watched it all year, because every pitch matters, every at bat matters. Just everything's amplified. So it's a lot of fun.
So what you're saying is the Yankees got no shot.
Yeah, I'd have to look the matchups here quick, but I don't know who. I think they're going Rodon probably. Who was fine, and then they got Schlittler for Game 4 if they need him. But I don't know. I think Biebs should be able to get it done tomorrow night. I think the Yankees are. I don't know. It's going to be interesting because the Yankees, they can just kind of flip it on. We saw it at the end of Game 2. They scored 7 runs down the stretch. Could have flipped the switch for the lineup, but like I said, I think if it goes back to Toronto, I don't think the Blue Jays are blowing a Game 5 in Rogers Center. That place is electric. I mean, you think, Yankee Stadium is louder. I'd say Rogers Center. It's one of the best postseason environments of baseball.
You heard that, Johnny. You heard it here first. Yankees is done. They done.
Take your word for it, man.
Take my word for it. Honestly, if I'm giving an early prediction, World Series winner, I'm taking an underdog. Maybe. Give me the Mariners. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I like the Mariners. Yeah. I like Seattle.
They just got to hit a little more. The pitching is there. They arguably haven't even thrown their ace yet in this series. So
let me give you my World Series pick. Give me Reggie White.
Reggie White. Anytime Johnny's like, Reggie White.
Reggie White is going to absolutely.
Reggie White's gonna get it. Reggie White's about to get a home run, a no hitter, and a complete game.
I just like to see MLB cringe, so I hope it's Seattle and Milwaukee in the World Series. So that Major League Baseball is just
anybody but the teams that we usually follow. Anybody but the teams we see in there every year. Like honestly.
Dodgers look like a wagon though, so that's a problem. That's an issue.
Yeah. It's kind of tough to.
Yeah.
Otani, Mookie Betts. I mean, yeah.
I don't follow baseball that close, but I know enough to know that the Dodgers are a just shit wrecking powerhouse.
They're a problem. I thought the Phillies could, at least split these first 2, and I thought they had a.
I say Bryce Harper. What's he doing?
Not enough. Not enough. I mean, right now it's the bullpen for the Phillies. It was 0-0, I think, going into the 7th tonight, and the bullpen let 4 runs in. Phillies almost came back. They ended up losing 4-3, but bullpen's also a problem for the Dodgers. But that's where pitching is just weird right now. You think the Dodgers are deep, and then you realize Emmett Sheehan, who you guys have never heard of, is pitching in the 8th inning of a playoff game where they have the day off the day before. So they have everyone available. So it's interesting.
Folks, I'm sorry so much. I know we've probably lost most of our viewers talking about baseball for so long, so I'm just going to reel everyone back in real quick. I don't know if this is on the list, Kuji. I didn't, to be honest, I didn't read the script, but I really, we have to reel him back in, so we have to go to one of the hot button topics, all right, one of the buzzword topics. So let's just talk about what everybody really is thinking about right now. The only thing that matters right now, LeBron James. What do we think, guys? LeBron, I'll even read it. LeBron has announced that today is Monday going into Tuesday, we're at 12 a.m. on a Tuesday, the 7th. LeBron says that in 12 hours, he is announcing the second decision. The decision of all decisions will be announced. And we all know what this is implying, that he is announcing that this will be his final season. But tomorrow, this Tuesday, is National Taco Day. And we know that LeBron James loves Taco Tuesday.
Yeah,
we know this.
It's also the 2-year anniversary of the Hamas-Israel war. So, I mean,
You know what?
Could be joining Hamas. That is an option too.
I'll tell you what I think it is. So LeBron did an ad with Amazon earlier this year. So Amazon is now running a special called Prime Big Deal Days, and guess when it starts?
Oh, they did say that tomorrow was a crazy deal day for Prime, which made no sense because it's not Amazon Prime Day.
Starts tomorrow. So LeBron already has done an ad for them. So
bro,
that's what I'm thinking now.
He's gonna start.
I hope he retires.
He's gonna start selling LeBroncos.
Here's the question right now.
Brenda
Let's
Tacos.
put in our answer right now. Do we think that LeBron James is announcing his retirement?
Yep.
Or do we think that LeBron James is going to bait and switch us with some cheap ad? Both of which are very much on the table for the type of guy he is.
It's an ad.
I think LeBron James is bait and switching us with a trailer or with a hype post to his YouTube drop that's going to come out with Mind the Game Pod. And in that Mind the Game Pod, he's going to make an announcement. And in that Mind the Game Pod announcement, it's going to be an Amazon ad.
Yeah, it's all gonna just be. It's gonna be a wild goose chase that just keeps going to different ads. It'll never actually be real. Yeah, I've thought about it for a bit, and I think LeBron is super corny. He's the GOAT. He's the corniest guy ever, though. Would LeBron James call his retirement announcement the second decision? I really don't think he would. I think he would. I think the second decision is only happening because it's a cheap marketing thing. I would be kind of blown away if this is actually how he's announcing that this is his final season. But if it is his final season, like, it would be really, like, LeBron has to announce that it's his final season. I think he just has to. He has to go out like Kobe.
Right. He
can't
let it just end and then be like, oh, it's over.
Yeah, Kobe and Jordan both did it, and it was, Kobe, it wasn't as fun, but it was like a cool send-off, and then he drops 60 in his final game, we all remember. Jordan obviously is the pinnacle of it. The Last Dance, maybe the most storied season of NBA basketball ever. If LeBron is going to rival Jordan's legacy, he's got to announce his Last Dance and then go and bring it home. Go bring it home at 41 years old with his son, with Luka, with his fourth head coach that he will have won a championship with. I mean,
and his adopted son, Austin Reeves.
Exactly. I mean, I've always said it. I think the most underrated part of LeBron's argument against Jordan is that Jordan played his entire career with the single greatest coach in NBA history. LeBron has won with 3 different head coaches already, won 4 rings with 3 different head coaches, and only one of them is considered to be good. The other 2 are like, Like, Spo will probably make the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. Tyronn Lue will not.
Yeah, but he had early careers,
and what's his face? Frank Vogel will certainly not.
Ty Lue's gaining some traction. I think people think he's a solid coach now, but he definitely wasn't when he was.
Yeah, he was a mid-year hire head coach. Like, he was an interim coach that popped in the middle of the year and is not considered even a top 5 coach in the league right now.
Yeah.
Like, whereas Jordan literally won 6 with, once again, I cannot stress it enough, the greatest head coach ever almost
Jackson.
inarguably. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, so if LeBron did it, he would only have 5 compared to Jordan's 6, but it would be with the 4th new head coach he won it with. And it would be like, man, wow. At 41 years old, what a guy.
Nah, for sure.
But at the very least, we'd want the tour. In 12 hours, boys. 12 hours from now, we'll know. Is it Taco Tuesday, or am I going to cry my eyes out?
Listen, guys, we got to wrap up soon. So one last note on it, Caleb. What do you think? What do you think on this?
Oh man, it better be an ad, bro. It better. I don't know. Not better be an ad. It's gonna be an ad, and it shouldn't be. I don't know. At first, I was like, this better be him retiring, or else he's just wasting our time. But then I just realized it's 2025. This is just how everything goes nowadays.
It's how everything goes. Well, listen, guys.
It would be honestly more corny if it is him retiring and he calls it the second decision.
I was going to say
that is so on brand for LeBron, though. That's the thing, is that LeBron would do that. He would make his retirement announcement called the second decision. So I'm like, I just keep going back and forth. But
no, 100%. Hey, listen. Either way, guys. Listen, we'll know by the time you guys see this. We'll know what that decision is.
And just know that if he does announce his retirement, just know that I am hurting and I need support from all of our friends and family and fans.
If LeBron announces that, guys, make sure you comment well wishes and support for Johnny on this video here, guys. Johnny needs all the well wishes he can get. But listen, guys, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna wrap up tonight. So thank you for joining us for another episode of Couch Coach, your favorite podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Now, again, without a couch, you're just a coach. Without a coach, it's just a couch. But with both, you're one of us. You're one of us. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And if you got some shit to say, leave a motherfucking comment. While you're at it, hit that notification button to make sure you stay ready for when we hit the airwaves on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, for more, make sure to follow us on whatever platform you consume your content, whether on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, or X, formerly known as Twitter. Search Couch Coach Pod in your search bar. And look for the green coach sitting on a green couch. You can't miss it. Now, if that was too much for you to remember, make sure to hit up that description for all the links to all our socials and our Couch Coach headquarters. It's Johnny. It's Caleb. It's Kuji. Thank you for watching Couch Coach. We'll see you guys soon, and make sure you tune in tomorrow for a special recap episode. And make sure you rewatch that last 15 seconds for John's impression on Shedeur Sanders' interview last week. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.